Is that another box?
Does this ever stop?
It's either me, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys, or the toys.
Welcome to the My Wife is Going to Kill Me podcast.
The podcast where me and my friends talk about the number one thing that makes our wives want to kill us.
Toy collecting! Transform, roll out. Transform and roll out. Transform.
That's America's ass.
And roll out. Transform. Roll out.
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, wow, you are dumb. All right, man's man, we'll see you on the flip-flop. I tend to lash out to protect my loved ones.
Travis.
At least he's just giving it the old whoppity dop.
It just keeps growing.
And it's good stuff.
Oh, shoot.
Jeremy, don't encourage him.
I hope the cat pisses on you.
You're reading again, aren't you?
I like everything, so just tell me stuff.
Steve.
I'm being misrepresented here. You got no power over me, you harpy.
Did you put a period at the end of that statement?
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
MWIGTKM, my wife
Is going to kill me.
Let the good times roll.
Welcome, everybody, to this special show. That's right. We got My Wife is Going to Kill Me and POTU audiences out there. Hopefully both. Hopefully the POTU guys who aren't used to... What's going on?
It's just
We're waiting
he's-
for our reverb to go away.
there we go.
It's not reverb, but...
No, that'd be delay.
So anyways, hopefully our POTU fans out there who are not used to seeing us on Sunday mornings and seeing us while we record, hopefully they see this and they...
I hope this doesn't take away some of the magic.
I never thought of that.
Oh, they're fatter than I thought.
They know what we look like.
Well, they've seen in front of us pictures. Our good angles.
Yeah, side shots are horrible. For
Well, I'm
me.
looking at this camera. I'm just like this. I'm at the worst angle possible that you could have.
It's a good thing you're thin.
It's Travis' angle.
This
Yeah.
is Travis's angle.
So anyways, we're here for the very special occasion to review the new Masters of the Universe movie that we have all seen. Let's see. How many times have you seen it, Maddie?
3.
Jeremy?
Two, and I'm kicking myself for not going a third time.
I've seen it twice. Pete, you've seen it once, right?
Yes.
So we've all seen it. Everybody knows Matt on both sides, so I guess I don't have to introduce him.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to interrupt you. Well, we got Corn Boy in the mix already this morning.
No.
Yeah.
Early
Take
morning.
me to church. Oh, yeah.
Early morning.
Morning, corn boy.
Maybe
Karn and Marn Boy.
Morning boy.
Toy World royalty listening to you guys. That's
I know, right?
incredible.
That's pretty
Yeah, I just
bad.
wish people on the cabal would like listen to him when he says stuff because he's kind of one of the fucking horsemen. Oh, sorry, POTU. I just remembered that we're on POTU, so I'm going to try to keep the swearing to a minimum, but I make no promises,
No
POTU.
promises.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. You know, I mean, me and Jeremy have loosened up over the years. I've been letting some bad words fly.
Go ahead and let it fly, Pete. It's not Legion's cast. You know what I mean? Well,
I think the POTU listeners they're okay.
Well, and all
I mean-
four of them listened to My Wife's Going to Kill Me anyway.
That's fair.
So,
No, well, we have. Let's see. There are some people. Man, I really can't see anymore. We got Matt Mead and we got Animator Haynes and Jennifer Sykes all on the POTU one. So
Nice.
yeah, Jennifer Sykes would cheat on MWIGTKM for POTU.
that's
She's
because
a
POTU's hot.
she's a hardcore Motu fan.
Yeah,
She's been around forever.
we're hot.
So
Are these
So-
files? What are these?
No, these are Mighty Masters.
This
Oh.
they're
These just came
very,
out.
they're
he's
very
got-
cool. Spring loaded,
got a- with masturbation action.
So this is My Wife is Gonna Kill Me. So we do have to have at least a little segment. I need to catch you guys up on the personal life.
Yeah, for sure. I'm
Hit me.
ready. What do you got?
We lost to Parker.
Oh, Claire's Parker.
Yep.
Who ended it?
Was it the movie?
No.
Oh my god!
He
It was
actually-
me saying hello to him. I ruined it. I ruined Claire's
You
life.
ruined it.
I did. I called him Parker too in public, and he was like, "Fuck this," and he dumped Claire on the spot.
Oh man.
He actually liked the movie. Like he came up and he was like, that was like some of the best fight scenes I've ever seen. And so both of the Parkers went to the movie.
Yeah. So catch me up. It's been a while. So there's Parker 2 is
There's two
Claire's
Parkers.
boyfriend.
yes.
Well,
They-
was Claire's boyfriend.
They're both.
So they were both getting with Parkers.
They were.
Yeah.
That's
That's
kinda
why we.
weird.
So that's why we called him Parker 1 and Parker 2, or Porker and Parker.
That's fair.
or P1, P2.
Yeah, that's
P1,
fair.
P2.
All fair nicknames.
So
I did at one point yell, "Well, you Parker, you brought her."
I don't know, what the kid's thinking, but he is younger than her. He's 1 year younger. She's going on to college, which is next door to basically
At the neighbor's house
I mean, we're
here on Trail Academy.
she's going to hypothetically next door. She's staying in town and she's going to be right here in Muskegon. I don't know if that freaked him out. I don't know if he just wants to try new things. I don't know what he wants, but he stayed with us until he got to get a free ticket to the Masters of the Universe movie.
That son of a bitch.
Genius.
And then broke
That's
up.
how you
Did
do
you
it.
buy him a snack too?
No, I did not buy snacks. I didn't
Okay.
pay for that. I was like, this is
Okay.
on your
And
own.
how long had they been dating?
Hang on. Who broke up with who?
He broke up with her.
He broke up with her. Did she?
I kind of want to like text Claire. Like, is she okay?
No.
No, she's not.
No,
okay.
no.
A week before her open out? No, don't text her or no, she's not okay or both.
No, she's not. Well, I mean, she's okay. She's gonna live, but first breakup, first real thing.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
So
They've been
this
together
is-
for like a year.
no longer.
Really?
I think it's like over
Really?
2 years.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah.
So,
rough age.
So yeah, so it was a rough day yesterday. She did it right before we had to go to another open house. So Claire goes to the next open house, which was like one of her friends. So all of her friend group was there.
Yeah.
And Claire's, trying to keep it together and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, so it was hard. So I had to step in as a dad, and give her the best advice I could give her.
Yeah.
And so I said, look, Claire, this is how it's going to go. I know I've been through this before. I had a relationship that ended after 3.5 years once. It was my first kind of relationship, and I remember how that felt. First thing is I
they had to
remember
put the dog down.
not nice. I'm like, the first thing I remember is for quite a while I lost my appetite. So I said, this is a good time, Claire, to just focus on yourself and take some weight off. Get yourself back in shape, get that gym membership out. Let's get shit in order. And let's,
Examine why he left and fix it. Right? I mean, is that
you just never know. But
I know.
but it's a good time to put yourself in the best possible light you can put yourself
yeah.
to try to get a high value guy next time. This guy was younger. I didn't really see a whole lot, going for him and like ambition,
Sure.
But if you really want to be that whole, do the whole stay at home mom thing and just,
you
which
better find a replacement quick.
yeah, you got to find one young.
She needs
for
to
one
upgrade
thing,
if she wants to chill.
for one thing, you're at your peak reproductive health stage in your life here for the next few years, but that goes away rapidly for women. Their eggs crash out and we all know it's bad, and they hit the wall at like 29 and everything's over. So I'm like, at least you're in a good shot. You're starting school, you're going to meet a whole new group of dudes. Let's get on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
I hope
Super chats for today. My wife is going to kill me. We're all going to the open house next week to celebrate Claire. She's in mourning. Every single super chat goes in Claire's graduation card. Fire it up. Let's go.
Perfect.
Let's pack that envelope.
love it.
Congratulations to Claire
I
for
just-
graduating. Fuck Parker. Let's send them super chats.
fuck Parker too. Fuck Parker 2.
I'm
Parker 2, yeah.
Parker 1 is
Parker
still okay.
1's still.
I've seen Parker 1. I'd fuck him too. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I just want to make it clear though that when Steven says you're going to college, you're going to meet a bunch of guys, get on the ball. He didn't mean any of that.
No.
And he didn't mean MEAT, a bunch of guys. He meant MEET.
Yes.
Double E.
Yes.
Double
Just clarify. Yeah. Okay.
Clarifying.
I do not support. I'll go along with it, but I don't support giving all the super chats money to Claire. She hasn't done anything but graduate high school, which is the bare minimum.
That's a big deal, man.
No, it's the bare minimum.
It's a big
either-
step in life. Don't talk to me about celebrating mediocrity. On Thursday, I attended a 5th grade graduation. Congratulations for not getting expelled from elementary. You know what? I will give her credit for graduating 12th grade. 5th grade was a
You'd
load
be
of horse
surprised,
shit.
man. There are some kids.
Super chat, corn boy, $20. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh, baby, got to get my pen out. I'm gonna make sure I document this.
Hey, really
$20 from CB
with we
the
all
Claire
know,
Bear Fund.
Okay,
we
I'm gonna-
all know the 5th grade kid that didn't last, and we all know who that kid was at our school. I would genuinely
He was
be
the guy who wore the snowsuit in the summer.
I would
and the
be
diaper
curious
all
on
year round.
if I was to just Facebook look this kid up and where he ended up, because I don't think it was a good place.
Can we double back real quick?
You don't gotta talk about me like that, man.
double POTU episode. My wife is gonna kill me meets POTU. Our host Steve Bisciotti, as you all know and love. Next to him is Jeremy DeWitt.
Hello.
Special guest, Defenders of Eden, Disciple 17, Modern Warfare,
Super Metroid.
Super Metroid,
And
Tulip City
Toy.
Comic Con.
I want to say
Um,
Armies of Ashmore.
The weird hand puppet thing that creeps all the kids out.
Captain
Captain
Tulip.
Tulip.
Elmo.
Matt Rodriguez, of course. Can I get it? Can I get a Matt Rod?
Welcome, Matthew.
And of course, I'm Pete McCarthy. I am the favorite of the MWIGTKM and very shortly going to be the least favorite of POTU. Oh, we got a super chat, $9.99. Sorry, strangers online are more kind than your dad, Claire. That's from Pete Mitchell, $10. Woo! We're doing it up for Claire Bear
That
today,
might
you
be
guys.
the most accurate statement made.
We need
about
super
this
chats
show.
and we need praying hands emojis for our little Claire Bear.
I believe in tough love. So
I don't think there's anybody
So-
else named Parker in the town, so she's gonna have to move on, right?
Yeah, right.
And to clarify, Porker is Parker 1, Pete Mitchell.
well, so okay, this is just a little more fun with this, and then we'll wrap it up. But I think it's funny that he called pretty tough at around early afternoon, but then and said he wanted to take a break, and she said how long, and he said, well, I don't think we need to put a time on it. So she was like, okay, so I guess this is his breakup, huh? And blah blah blah.
He did it on the phone?
He did it on the phone.
Fuck this kid.
Oh, yeah.
And then-
pretty rough, man.
And then last
Pretty
night
rough.
calls her during work while she's at work and says, "Are you ready to talk yet?" What the hell? What's that mean? Right? It's a beta move for one on his end. If he's gonna break up, you got to break up for at least like a few days here. You know, you can't just call back the next night. And, now can we talk? I thought you didn't want to talk. Thought you wanted to break. What you want, buddy? You got to stick to it.
You know what it
I
was?
would
Maybe there's
have
another
beat the
chick.
shit out of that kid in the
Yeah.
fucking parking lot at the movie theater.
Right.
If I would have known. If
Yeah.
I wish I was a psychic because I would have backed over him with my wife's van. And my wife's been driving it for like 6 years. We never would have even noticed the new dent. So
If I was on this kid's side, I'd have a talk with him. Like, dude, you gotta. This is beta. You're giving her control now. Now you're asking her if she wants to talk.
You
This
know
is
what
the
that
dumbest move ever.
you
You
know
got to
that's-
stick to it. You got to act like you got choices. That'll get the girl wanting you
that
back.
says to
ever
me,
since they broke up, Steve's been sliding into this kid's DMs, giving him advice.
No, I have not done that. Maybe,
that says to me that he probably had somebody else on the line, and then when he was like, "So I did it," they were like, "I don't think so. You're not as
Why
attractive
don't you
now."
stay? I'm down on my knees. Oh,
That's rough though, man.
yeah, that sucks.
That sucks.
anyways.
those early year ones. Were,
So I do. So real talk. My job, obviously, everybody knows that I'm in public safety. Thursday morning, lost a good friend. Retired out of a neighboring department on Monday. Was his last shift. 30 years on the job. 72 hours later, didn't wake up. What the fuck? So we got a phone call Thursday morning that he had passed. And so everybody kind of jumped in, station coverage and all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, you hear these stories, man. You give yourself to something for all this time. And like I said, he literally left the station Tuesday morning and didn't wake up Thursday morning. 51, 52 years old.
Yeah, you're like, if I just put in the hours and the work and the mundane, I mean, not that the job was mundane, but you clock in, you do your routine every day to finally be able to have that freedom, and then you.
But
terrible.
It got me thinking. Obviously, so Thursday it was kind of jump in and get in where you fit in, so you can kind of keep your mind off it and stay busy, which I think is important a lot of times when you're dealing with stuff. And you don't think about conversations being your last conversations.
Right.
So there was a call to honor dinner the week before, and I wasn't going to go. I was very busy. Corporate sponsor had a table of tickets, had 4 tickets with their sponsorship package. Guy from Med Control calls me up. He goes, "Hey man, the sponsor can't be there. I've got a couple of free tickets. You and the wife want to come out?" I said, "Yeah, dude, I can make it work." So, and I had got to sit with him. So we sat there and we jaw jacked a little bit. It was the first time in a long time we hadn't talked on an emergency scene or in the middle of something. And I kind of feel blessed that I got to have that last night, but it's so funny to think that you're like, I just talked to the guy. Like I didn't, like I said, fit guy. But so we're, as a county, and the fire service is obviously mourning. We're thinking about the family. And so we'll do it upright for him this week. But that night was academy graduation. So it was like, we're trying to celebrate 14 new recruits that just busted their ass for the last 8 months.
Yeah.
So at any rate, it was one of those weeks. And so
one of those was Beanie's friend, right?
Yep. So I say all that to say this, okay, you going into Friday night, weather's crap. All my other plans got canceled. I was able to make the movie and see it. And it was going to be like either a late night Friday by myself or an early morning Saturday.
Well, it was funny because
we got to laugh and joke and we got to celebrate it together. And that was exactly how I needed to end my week. So it worked out well for that.
Yeah, it's good. You called me up and you were like, "Hey, so you want to go to the movies at 5?" And I'm like, "Dude."
You remember last week when we invited you at 6 and I went, "Oh shit, no, I didn't."
Before the theater was like, "Hey, we're going to do early showings on Thursday," they had the Friday night tickets. So we had tickets like 2 weeks ago.
So, which was fun because I'm in the theater. I got in like right.
I never saw you walk in. I had a whole plan. Hi, Steve. Hi, Courtney. Parker 1, Parker 2, girls. Like I was gonna do it upright, and I never even saw you come in.
We didn't get in until the previews were already rolling. So
okay.
So we snuck in, and I saw Jeremy. I was like, "Oh, Jeremy and Laura right there," but I never realized that Pete was right there. So I didn't know until at the end of the show when he stood up.
Well, right there being because I sit in the very back row so I can vape.
Oh, you were back there.
Yeah, I was literally next to the projector. Yeah, yep. Okay. So there was 3 of us, me and my son and his buddy went, which his buddy might be my 4th son-in-law.
Okay.
Not really, but that's what we joke about all the time. So anyways, so I take, there's 16 seats in that row and there's a little channel underneath the projector and there's a railing I can put my arm on. So I needed 3 seats. So I got 16, 15 and 13. Okay. Because nobody's going to squeeze into that one in between 2 creepos,
right?
So I spread them out. So yeah, we got to kick back and but yeah, it was a good setting for that. But what was really strange, leaving and it was still light out. I don't remember the last time I walked out of a movie theater and it was daylight.
Right,
that was weird.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we went Thursday night. Mike reached out to us. Was like, "Hey, you guys, where you at?" And I was like, "I think there's still tickets available." So Mike got seats there. But Carl was the one who actually initiated it. It was like, "I need to see this movie with Steve and Jeremy. Like, they're the podcasters of the universe. It's important." So he did, and he bought our tickets, which was very nice.
Yeah, thanks, Carl.
Yep.
Fuck you, Carl.
My kid came along too, so he paid for that one too. So thanks. And one of his kids could not make it.
So there was a paid for ticket that I could have used. Wasn't even offered to me.
Used,
wow.
Yeah.
But
wow.
Yeah. But we found out like
10 minutes before the movie
Yeah,
started.
he's definitely acting like a HOA president.
Boss hog. Yeah, so we saw it that night. We met a new friend.
Oh yeah,
we got a picture with some random guy.
Got a picture with a random guy.
Bean said when she used to work there that this guy had like a VIP pass, so he'd just come in and be like, "Hey, what movie should I see?" And they just be like, check this one out. So he went and saw Masters of the Universe on that Thursday, and afterwards he's walking around the theater and he's got his iPad and he's got the speaker and he's just cranking the He-Man theme from the cartoon and just like walking around like, "Oh, I remember this," and he's like all way into it because he just saw the
It's
movie.
like he watched the movie and then was like, "Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta see the cartoon now. I'm gonna do it at the theater."
Right. It was so
In
weird.
83, he would have been institutionalized.
Possibly, yes. But yeah, he was we told him about well, I did anyway, some He-Man conventions. There's He-Man conventions. He's like, "I'd always want to go to a Comic-Con." I said, "Funny thing, Mesquite Con is
will you remember me to talk to you about that after the show?
happening
So
at some point next year."
no, it's official, baby.
Oh, okay,
We've
so-
got a date.
I was like,
I got an email. I got an email this last week, and my request went through. They are letting us book immediately. They're not making us wait the standard 6 months. So March 20th and 27, baby, Mesquite Con is on. We are
Whoop,
officially
whoop.
official.
Nice.
So
That's awesome.
So yeah, I told him
Very
about
cool.
that.
And isn't that crazy? Like thinking about that guy that like I have it too with like my small show. Is that like
don't say it. It's good
no,
size.
it's a good size.
It's how you use it, man.
Exactly. Is that like yes, because we are in the circles of this kind of nerdum world that like random dude that's like, wait a minute, what? There's a convention just about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like no, those people.
Yeah, we've literally flown to California for it.
those people exist.
Yeah.
So
I was
like
wearing my PowerCon shirt.
Right. Yeah.
yeah, so that it's cool that like random people like that exist, and then they like, oh, I want to try something different. I want to do something different. Like at my show this past April, my brother from Chicago that comes with his 2 kids, and they just come out for the day and like spend the day there. He brought like 2 friends from work that like have never been to Comic-Con. So we're talking about late 40s, 50s guys that are like, yeah, let's go drive up and check this thing out. Like, I just think that's cool that people do random stuff that they're not into really.
Since you brought it up, can we talk about your thirsty aunt?
Which one?
The one that wasn't your mom.
Okay.
Was it the one that was into me?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Mom
me?
was a little thirsty.
was it the
too,
one?
you know what I mean?
Is it the one that tried to get my phone number?
Was that the one that had her hand down my pants?
No, remember she really did try to get the phone number, right? She's the one that has diabetes.
No, that's the other aunt.
Oh, no, you can have her.
20th, Dusty. 2-0. 2-0.
2-0. But yes, my mother and my aunts come and support the Comic-Con and do little random things for me, and I appreciate you guys also coming. I'm looking just at Jeremy and Pete.
So, Jeremy and I decided to roll dirty. Like families were going to go, and then the families totally parkered us, and we're like, nope, we're done. And
yes, they did.
so Jeremy and I were like, fuck it, we're going to go together, and we did. It was, and I honestly like, I'm always going to be a shit talker. That's just who I am. I honestly cherish car rides with Jeremy. Like the conversation, and we talked about life and love and liberty and the pursuit of happiness and music, and we knocked it out of the park. So we get there and we walk around, we do our thing, and we're having fun. We buy some cool stuff and we see some cool people, and then you do what you're supposed to do, right? You go up to Matt after and go, "Hey man, we're getting ready to get out of here. Is there anything you need?"
Yeah.
No, I said, "You sure?" "Well, are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, we're sure." And he called us on it and actually put us to work.
Yeah. I
So
was like, damn it.
Standard protocol would have been like, "No, man, we're good. Thanks for the offer," and just let us go get lunch.
Yep.
But he didn't do that. He said, "Nope, I'm going to call you guys on it." So then he puts us in the friggin' ticket booth with a couple of hotties. And so Mrs. Rodriguez, we all know, you know what I mean?
My mother, not wife.
Right. No, wife was not there. She was in Texas.
Yeah.
So, and we know Mrs. Rodriguez is widowed, and it's a sad story. But you know what? She had her winky face on, so we were talking a little bit, and then I think Aunt Rodriguez she smelled blood in the water, and then next thing you know, she was all up on my chum bucket, and So, but we got through it. It was a lot of fun, and they're dude. And
I have a lot of experience with Matt's aunts.
They're
And
they're
the
just
one
the
you didn't
sweetest.
see, she's the hot one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hot to trot.
Oh,
yeah.
she's hot. She's blonde. She's nice. She's just,
Well, do you remember seeing Mrs. Rodriguez last year with a fucking tattoo sleeve? I was like, hell yeah, get on my Harley, Mrs. Rodriguez. But
I hate you guys.
but no, two of just the sweetest, and they're in it to win it. They're doing their money thing, and they're swiping cards, and they're
One wouldn't even
was
take a
super-
little break. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, we're here to relieve
Yeah.
you.
and so your mom kept going, well, let's just go. We'll go walk around for a minute. We'll take a little break. And then she'd turn and she'd take care of more customers. So Jeremy and I were like, okay, whatever, you know what I mean?
She was-
so
I tell you what, man, in my experience, she was wily, man. She was like, so can I get your number so that I can send you some pictures? And I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing here. You just
So Steve and Jeremy have experienced a lot of my mom's sisters, and my mom has 4 sisters, and they've experienced, I think, 3 of them.
Oh yeah, the one that's in the mob.
And the one that's in the mob, we slept in her basement.
yeah,
before
that guy was gonna. He was.
If you met my
killed
Uncle
somebody
Jim,
5
if you
minutes
met my
before we
Uncle
said hi
Jim,
to
he's
him.
retired city police. They have
What
to
Crooked
city?
as shit.
Chicago.
Oh,
Crooked
they
as
have
hell.
they have to live within the city limits. So basically, these 3 blocks on the outskirts of the city, but it's technically city limits.
it's all cops.
It's all cops and judges.
Yeah.
And when you talk
Dude,
to Uncle Jim,
When
you're
you talked
like,
to Uncle Jim.
I know you have stories that would make me go to jail. If
I
knew
knew
them.
that if I stepped out of line, I was gonna have some cement shoes. And I'd end up in Lake Michigan.
you want to sleep in the basement? Or you want to sleep with the fishes?
He's got the voice. And Auntie Martha's super sweet and loving. So she's
And
like, it's
She
hospitality.
was, but then
we're gonna.
when we went out to eat, and she was just like, "You better get this." Like she was like,
Customer service
Yeah.
wise, all of them are like,
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
mess up anything. Auntie Brenda took us to, I think, Portillo's or like to
Yeah.
get
Yes.
beefs like in the city place, and like they're just like very hospitality oriented. So then if you mess anything up,
Yeah,
they're like, nope, this is
because
all
I had
free.
something wrong.
Like they're like,
I was
I'm
like,
just like,
Do I gotta call Guido?
it's okay. I don't mind.
yeah,
She's
I
like,
can
no.
I can just pick it off.
Yeah,
yeah, no,
She's like,
it's
"Mm-mm,
but
I'm
it's
killing
but
mother-"
it was super cool having them
Which-
able to
I never
be hospitable.
got her name.
Auntie Trudy.
Was it
is that one,
Trudy?
Trudy.
Okay,
Yes,
all right.
Gertrude.
Mine's
Trudy.
Brenda.
She's the one.
Okay.
She's the one that like out of all those sisters when they were in school. So they used to like break into Lincoln Park Zoo. She's the one that got her hand bit by a crocodile or alligator or something like that when she was a teenager.
and
like,
he broke his teeth. On
and
her
then they
hand.
all would be like 13 years old, getting like all this stuff. They have all these stories.
Okay.
Auntie Trudy was, oh, my sister just got home. Somebody porkered her. I'm gonna go over there and beat the shit out of him.
Well,
like,
we're-
so she would fight guys that were mean to her sisters.
We're standing at the table, right? And I'm sitting just like you are now. And so Trudy, I mean,
Trudy gave that booty.
there was a little bit of swing on that back porch. And then I would I look over to the left and I was like, what's up, Trudy? You know what I mean? Like she was, like I said,
That's funny.
she put her line in the water. I didn't bite because I didn't know her marital status.
You don't want to mess around because when I saw what's the uncle's name?
Uncle Jim.
Uncle Jim. He opened his trunk up. There were stacks of cash, garbage bags, and duct tape.
It's wild.
People call him Jimbo. He feels like a Jimbo to me.
absolutely wild. I don't even want to know any
Anyway.
of that stuff. But yes.
Let's get this review started.
All right.
So Jeremy, apparently the reason you were late this morning was because you were up till 5 a.m. putting together how you wanted to run this today. So
So we're gonna just like throw it out the window.
for what? Well, no,
I'm
I'm
just messing with you.
We're not going to go through it line by line, right?
I can't. I had no ability to get line by line, but I do have story beats and stuff like that. I'd like to, because I want to talk about every single thing in the
Yeah.
fucking movie, man.
So let's get 2 things straight really quick. Obviously, super spoiler review,
Oh yeah, by far.
and then obviously like
and if you haven't seen it, you're not a fan. So
this might
That's very
be
true.
this might be a touch long-winded, and I apologize for my contributions to that, but I think that this is a movie we kind of all want to talk about, right?
the way that this is going to
I
go
would
down
say
today
so.
is it is going to be a MOTU review.
Yeah.
We may get to some other normal show MWIGTKM stuff at
Yeah.
the end if there's time,
Yeah.
but this is going to be MOTU centric. So, and give me them. Hey, where my Snapchats at for Claire Bear, man? She's heartbroken and shit.
And I do want to thank the people that are actually sitting there on the POTU YouTube channel. We never use the damn thing. So we'll throw up toy reviews and stuff, but we really need to. We got a channel. We should use it. Subscribe, y'all. Subscribe. And there's my pitch. You like it?
All right, so you gonna run this thing, and you need me to get it started?
Right. This thing. You get. I mean, no.
All right, so you're gonna.
I got a map. I got a map.
You got a map on your phone though, the one that I'm relying on you to be able to watch the POTU comments.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So we're starting off on the right foot.
Starting off pretty good.
POTU comments on
If
the
you go to
YouTube
the
page.
go to the POTU or
I am a subscriber to the POTU YouTube page, so it's right here and I have it up. So I can these are the comments I'm watching.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. No worries.
There might be a way to
Animator Hayes.
Oh yeah. Road Shark,
that's
$9.99, another $10 for the Claire Bear.
Richard Haynes and family are listening. I've gone back and forth with both of them this week.
Nice.
They love the movie too. This
Art by Ackerman.
Scott Baker,
Ocker.
$5. The Fuck Parker 2 fund. Yes. Yeah, get that money. Thank you all for that.
Art by Ackerman. This a new viewer?
Yeah, I think so.
He I was doing a little bit of background research on him the other because I've seen his name crop up a couple of times kind of in various podcast circles.
He's like a Temu Steve.
Yeah, and he sells like a pencil kit for drawing or something, I think.
Nice.
And his wife makes little their little booties for action figures, I think, if I remember.
Cute.
Debbie something.
Cute.
Oh, come on, it's brushes and capes. Both
Brushes
are
and
great.
capes.
Brushes and capes.
And it's
Brushes and
Darla,
capes.
we all know that. of
Darla.
course.
Brushes and capes. Navy beans. Navy beans.
Meatloaf sandwich. Lamio.
I do.
Curtis is part of the family of what's the best thing about you? Oh, your wife. Like
Road
welcome to
Shark
that
was
group.
with us at the show on Friday.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Doo-doom,
Love you, Curtis.
doo-doom, 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 doo-doom.
Matt Mead.
I would be the worst dad ever if I didn't say that Beanie's birthday is tomorrow. So I should probably throw that out
No,
before we start.
You're not.
Oh,
You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. You want to know why? Because she has never watched The Princess Bride. I looked her in the face and I said, "You are dead to me."
Whoa.
Yeah.
With the parents being you
And Laura.
and Laura.
She's never seen The Princess Bride. That was inconceivable.
That is absolutely wild. That's wild.
I showed her Step Brothers.
That's wild.
I just laid on the floor of the movie theater going, and I am waiting for the scene. Like, I'm not going to leave until you see this goddamn movie. So her and I have a movie date, and we're going to watch The Princess Bride.
Nice.
And I said, just so you know, I'm going to say all of the words as they say it, the entire movie. And I said, my grandson absolutely loves that. Everybody else in the room hates me. So, but
All right. I guess first off, director Travis Knight. He did the Bumblebee thingy. He did some other crap. What, Pete? I'm seeing you out of the peripheral.
well, you sent a bunch of MOTU pictures, and I just don't know if I'm supposed to be showing any of these, or is that not time?
Oh,
yet?
sure. So the pictures that I sent you, I did do the one graphic. I did put Matt on there. If you want to.
So, but is that for when we talk about each individual character? You want me to show their pictures? Is that the idea?
Yes,
Okay, all
that
right.
was the
So-
idea. So we can talk about each character and how we feel about them. And
I did a little legwork on the Travis Knight thing, that like son of the Nike creators and also crazy into animation, that he with his money started an animation studio that was
He did, like, that
behind the scenes
Kubo-
of he was behind the scenes of Coraline. That was
Yeah.
like the first thing his studio did, and then Kubo and the Two Strings, first director thing, and then Bumblebee. But just looking at the list of stuff he's done, I'm like, okay, this guy does good stuff.
This
It's
guy
funny
Thundercats.
because I didn't know who he was in all the promo stuff where they're showing these like actors and everything, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, is that the actor that plays Trap Chuck? Like I don't know who this guy is,
Yeah.
and not, I guess more often now than before they like promote like the director, like Zack Snyder, or like that new Superman director guy. Like he's
this
like
is the
in
most
front
I've learned
of
about
the-
like any director ever. He's like,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
promotion that Mattel's doing for all of this stuff is insane.
yeah, agreed.
And
But
he
yeah.
has such a weird hairline.
Yeah.
He has the opposite of a receding hairline.
No, I think what he does, I think he's being a guy who has lost plenty of his hair. I think he is thinner, but he does like the coloration sprinkly stuff. So it sort of looked.
Matt's looked into this. So
No, I've seen that look before.
okay, fair.
But so that's what I think it is. But yeah, I didn't know who he was. I'm like, who's this guy? Oh, there's actors in the movie, and then there's this random guy on the side. So I'm like, is that like the guy that plays Trapjaw? Like, I don't know who this guy is, but
Yeah.
super cool guy. Seems like.
And I will say that the score is by Daniel Pemberton. And I don't really care about people who do scores normally, but I will say the score for this movie is absolutely wonderful. It's so 80s.
It is so what is so cool is in recent years scores have become forgettable.
Yes.
You know, can anyone hum me a Marvel tune right now from any of the Marvel movies?
Maybe the main theme. Ha, 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 ha. And then it starts to sound like the old HBO one. Na 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 na.
But also,
nope.
You can say that tune because you've had 15 years of like
all these
them
movies
putting
that
it
have-
in like most of
Yeah.
those movies. You know what I mean? So, but
But other
yes.
than that, no.
Right.
This score was catchy. I walk out of the movie theater kind of humming it, and then, you know,
Yeah.
and it was really very, very, very well done. And I know that Brian May from Queen was involved. I know that there's, you know, it kind of showed. I don't know how much he was involved, but he was
A lot of
the
the-
played guitar.
Yeah,
on,
some of those
one the
epic
songs
guitar
at
riffs.
least, so
It was very much over the top epic battle music from the 80s.
yeah,
Like they did a great job with that.
with some like modern production and just like, I got the soundtrack yesterday. From Tyke hooked me up, and I sent you guys, copies of it as well.
So fun fact, he is the son of Phil Knight, the founder of Nike. Random fact, director Travis Knight is the son of Nike founder Philip Knight and is also a former rapper called Chili T.
Oh,
Wow.
well then.
Okay,
we have
now
to
the
look-
hairline makes sense.
Yeah.
Like his rapper name is Chili T.
That is so I'm white and my daddy's rich. You know what I mean?
But can you imagine
Chili
that?
T.
Can you imagine that your dad is rich and you get to kind of do whatever you want? And he like went into like claymation type stuff.
No, he went
like,
into rapping.
Yeah, he went into
okay,
rapping
I guess
first.
that's true. I guess that the first the first try didn't work,
He
and
was
then he went
finding
into
himself.
yeah, he was fine
Right.
being creative.
So I'll say I actually was like doing some work in the basement yesterday, and I cranked this soundtrack, and I got to hear each song without dialogue, all that stuff, and like it's honestly something that I feel like I would make.
Hold on.
Is that him?
Oh yeah.
Better turn it off. We're gonna get
Yeah, we're gonna get copyrighted. Okay, all right. It has that New Jack Swing feel
Yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Chili T's got bars apparently.
Yeah.
That is very much like 80s Vanilla Ice.
Yeah,
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So
all right.
yeah, awesome. Well, get you some Chili T.
So
The music score.
Yep, score is great, and I mean, obviously, I mean, it changed through the whole thing, but like it has that kind of main theme that the
Yep.
and just it gets stuck in your head. Like I had almost tears in my eyes. That's so cool. But anyway, so yeah, we start with that sweet ass song and go into the opening. It's basically a narration from Adam, like explaining what Eternia is like, and we get some visuals. It's kind of sucks. This is like the only time we get to see like a dragon flying around on the
Yeah.
screen, but like, all right, well, dragons exist here.
yeah, it's an introduction to Eternia, which is beautiful,
Yes,
which is awesomely done. I think that I was hoping that we would see beautiful landscapes and the magic of Eternia, and we did.
Yeah.
So that is one thing I think that they did very good with this movie.
They, cool things too, like things I didn't expect when they show like the burning desert. He said, they showed islands in the sky and stuff like that. And,
Weren't you like thinking, oh, maybe these are some of the places we're gonna see?
yeah,
And we didn't really.
we
get to
didn't,
see
but
the
it
burning
laid the
desert.
foundation for hopefully if this movie does good enough for a sequel, maybe direct to Amazon. Who knows?
That felt to me like, hey man, there's a lot of people that like this stuff, not enough to make a movie. We need to explain them what the fuck Eternia and He-Man is.
Well, there is,
and I
that,
thought they
yes.
did a great job.
Yeah,
It was to me it was like they could have done an entire movie on just the origin of what this all was. They put a nice little package together, put a nice little bow on it, so they could do the movie they wanted to do, but give people enough to feel at least immersed to a certain extent.
Well, let's face it, they missed their window. This is
Oh, yeah.
this is too late.
If
Because
they
the
wouldn't have been
kids-
able to put out this quality, but it should have been 10 years ago.
It should have been when the kids like us that played with Motu
Mhm.
had their own kids and they
Yep.
were small. That
Right.
should have been the window when when we should have had a Motu movie. Now it's gone so long that it's like my kids are in the Katie's 22.
Yeah.
You know, and Claire's 18. So
But they did come.
well, I drug them there. This is
Right.
the old adage. This is the
Right.
old adage where I've said for a million times. Like with Marvel, when they piss off a guy like me and they say I don't care to go to Marvel anymore, they don't just lose my ticket, they lose my wife's ticket and the two kids' ticket. You know, and this is like something I cared about, so I made sure that I wanted my family to
Yeah.
go to it. I wanted them to see it. So guess what they got? Not just my ticket, they got Courtney's ticket, they got Claire, the Parkers, they got a bunch of extra tickets of the people
Yeah.
I brought with them. And that's why Marvel's failing, because they're not only losing their hardcore fans, they're losing the family that they drag,
yeah.
which I drug.
But realistically, to piggyback on that, like in the Marvel / Disney world, is that like, have we reached the point with some of this stuff that like there's just overall, would it be called like entertainment fatigue?
Mhm.
Because like,
Saturation.
I mean, as far as like Mandalorian Grogu came out last weekend,
Yeah.
I remember enjoying the first season.
Yeah.
But I can honestly tell you, like somewhere along the lines of the 3 seasons, my wife and I were just like,
kind of fell off.
meh. Like I've got other things. Like there's just so much, and you kind of pick and choose your stuff. And then like this comes out, and I see the trailer for it, and I'm like, they're making. But again, it's that fatigue where it's like, oh well, Grogu was cute for like a hot minute, and people
Right.
like thought he was super cute, and then like now it's 5 years later, and people are like,
And,
okay,
and
what's
Grogu's
next?
story had an end. He gave him to Luke Skywalker, and Grogu should have went away for a season, and we should have seen Mandalorian being a badass.
Sure.
Instead,
yes.
they were like, "Oh shit, we got to get Grogu back with Mando because he."
Right.
So they like the first
He was
episode they
super
get him back with
popular.
Mando,
Go back
and
to
then they
that. Go
focus
back to
on
that well.
Bo-Katan for the third season,
Yeah.
and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Now, how about what if they would have done the third season without the Grogu, and this movie would have been the return to United
Sure.
of
sure.
them? There would have been something to go
Sure.
for, like, oh my
Yeah,
God, they're
and
gonna-
again, I don't mean to
you
just
know?
shit on that. It's just I think that Motu, hopefully and thankfully, in my opinion, like has the opportunity to be this franchise that we haven't gone to this well in, and we haven't
No.
been milking this well
It
dry.
needed to be, I've said forever, it needs to be different from everything else. It needs to be purely Motu, because Motu is different than everything else.
Right,
That's why Skies Out, Thighs Out actually matters to me.
right.
We didn't get, we did with He-Man and Skeletor, so thank God. But Tila's, that look of Eternia, I don't care if when people want to get off and go, oh, it's sexualized or blah blah blah. Fuck you. It's freaking Skies Out, Thighs Out. That's Eternia. Fisto should have had his thighs out.
So we all have to work tomorrow, so we're gonna need to keep the
Yes,
like the 10-minute Grogu
yep,
dissertation.
yep, I- that's
So,
my fault. That's
uh,
on me.
A couple of comments I'd like to share. Rick Emmert says giving an Eternia prologue first rather than starting on Earth was a good call. Agreed. I think
Yes.
that was very cool. Charlie Noble says, I didn't like that Grayskull was basically in the backyard like a sorceress she shed, which I thought was a fun comment. So
Yeah,
And I pointed that out since I saw the first preview.
yeah. I mean, that's something that I would
That-
prefer.
that didn't matter to me at all because I didn't know it wasn't supposed
Right,
to be there.
and for casuals, it's not going to matter.
Casuals. What a way to fucking insult me.
Well, you know what I mean. But yeah, no, I there's a few nitpicks.
It
here
doesn't
and there
matter for
that.
people who don't really care. I do think
Right.
it takes away a little bit of the mystique of Castle Grayskull.
Yeah,
I would rather it be hidden way out where everybody just kind of doesn't even care, but it's there. But it's really actually the most powerful thing I like that better, but didn't ruin my movie and shouldn't probably ruin anybody's.
No. So yeah, he's talking about the griffins, dragons, talking tigers, blah blah blah, islands in the sky. And then he starts talking about the castle, as we are. It says that Eternia is the beating heart of the cosmos, which makes Grayskull the heart of the heart, and that means the power of Grayskull is the heart of the heart of the heart. So this is where we're starting to see the comedy elements of him,
The
telling
hokiness,
stories.
the conjecture.
So you're like, okay, I mean, it's going to be a little bit silly here. And then he says, the power can make a man as mighty as a god, and the power was bound inside a vessel. We do see was that Procrustes maybe smashing down the.
He had a hammer, dude.
Yeah,
I thought it was Thor.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was generic, like for a generic audience, like the Foundation. I felt like the cloud stuff was a very as generic as possible, just in case they want to like make it a little bit more
sure.
specific later.
It could have been a former champion or whatever the case, but yeah. Then they talk about the sword of power, so we learn about that. Instead, a hero would step forward and wield it when Eternia needs it. And this is where we not really meet, but we at least get to see her as they pass by, the sorceress. That's your cue. You like that? I was like, wink. She is played by I can never pronounce it right. Morena Baccarin, I think.
Yep.
And she is the one who basically chooses Adam to be the champion in this case. We've seen her in Deadpool and Gotham and a bunch of other stuff that I haven't, but other people have. What do you guys think of the sorceress?
She was fine. I was glad that we did see a little bit of her colors in their dress, like the orange and blue.
Yeah, when they initially showed her, it was like, oh, she's just going to be all white.
Yeah, it's like we're going to get Temple of Darkness or is that Temple?
Or
Yeah,
like
Temple of Darkness, or
like
like
the old
87
movie, 87 movie.
Yeah.
But I think they meshed the look well. Even the gem on the head being the beak, like I think they did a good job with that. And then I think they must have hired her after, I would think, hiring casting the Tila, because obviously there's storyline with that being her mother, that you'd want them to kind of look like they would be mother-daughter. So I think they do that well.
One thing, and I guess I kind of just noticed it now, is like, because we'll talk about Tila in a little bit too, but like her eyes, obviously the Camila Mendez, her eyes are actually brown.
Yeah.
So in the movie they're blue.
Yep.
And it's like her and the young actress, and it's like, well, they didn't probably need to do that, but then you see the sorceress too, and she had that too. So is that like some sort of mystic thing, or are they just going, no, we just want to give them blue eyes and
I don't know,
pretend they don't wear contacts? I don't know which one it is. But
Yeah.
interesting choice
To focus in on the eyes, but not get the hair really red.
Right.
It's kind of it's like a reddish tint, but it's not really red.
Right.
But whatever. Focus on weird things and leave the big things out. I mean, that's what we do in 2000.
It's true. So then there's also so he kind of says she's a little scary, but she's like super cool. And I think it's cool. I love that we've seen Zoar with her in this. I love that she gets in Adam's head and all that. She's not a huge part of all the story beats, but she's weaving in and out. So she does what the sorceress needs to do, right? And then he does mention something about the Grayskull remaining under protection of its ancestors for hundreds of years, and he comes from an impressive lineage of mighty heroes. So then we get into Eternos, and we see Mr. Man-at-Arms.
Okay, so let's get to Man-at-Arms. I gotta say.
Well, wait. Hang on, I'm sorry.
What?
Back real quick. It's actually Queen Marlena we see first.
Oh.
My bad.
I don't think we need to be that formal here, do we?
I don't know.
I put them in order.
We're an hour into the show, and we're only 4 minutes into the movie.
Oh,
so
we'll go through it.
This is what the face of regret looks like.
Yeah.
So
I think she did a nice job.
Yep. She kind of did what she
is
needed
she from? Is she from something else?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Charlotte Riley's her name. I've never seen her before this. Okay. So basically she's telling Adam he has to go train. He doesn't want to. We also get to see Baby Cringer And they call him Baby Baby Yoda, but he's not. I mean, he's not a baby, obviously, but he's definitely.
As soon as he started talking, I'm like, okay, we're going. Like everything's
we're
like
going for it.
because there's these plot points that a lot of fans are like, oh, well, are they going to do it this way or that way? Are they going to make him talk or not? And like that was one of them that like, oh, they're just doing filmation, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cute. And then we get to see Man at Arms and
Star of the fucking movie. I'm sorry. Idris Elba makes my teeth sweat, first and foremost. There is nothing that this guy can't do.
He's got this,
And he did every part of, and I don't know the falling off. I don't know how much this movie followed any type of storyline. But the redemption side of things, the fucking drunk urine covered hobo, like he just crushed all of it. Like he was amazing as Man at Arms. Amazing.
He was. He had. I still think I don't like his helmet. I'm still gonna. It's just not the right shape. So
I think I think that like if we take those criticisms, like for me, design of the helmet, certain angles it looked really cool. Other angles, I'm like, why would how did that get through the design department? Like that's just, and again, that's just if that's
why are we unhappy with the helmet?
Because his helmet typically has a flare to it.
It just
It's a
looked
different
just
shape.
looked weird. Like it just looked weird.
Doesn't hug his head like a 30s leather football helmet.
But again, that if like that's what I'm being critical about, like I have nothing.
Yeah,
really
I just
to be
don't
critical
like
about,
it.
But like,
but
was
it
just a
didn't
different-
ruin it
No,
for me
right,
because
exactly.
his portrayal and his performance and the scenes they gave him and his stunt doubles killed it.
Right.
Because when have we seen Man at Arms be that badass?
Well, and the thing is with him that like any criticism, and again, we'll get into the criticism, but it's like, okay, well, like he ended up being a drunk and cussed more than like people probably expected. And then, but you like this opening scene, it's like, well, wait a minute. How many of you guys know people or have family in their 40s to 70s that were like ex-military or like anything to do with army related stuff? It is like, oh, they're actually making him be what he would have actually been.
Right.
Like, so like, yes, was it kind of like exaggerated? Sure. He hits a kid with a stick, but it's like, no, I'm literally thinking of my wife's uncle who's like retired army. Like 90% of the stuff Duncan does, he would
Right.
have done.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that about Duncan.
Was there a problem in the world with fans making Man at Arms black?
Yeah, initially. I mean, but in all honesty, though, I think a lot of people are just like, yeah, but it's Idris Elba,
Right.
So like they didn't.
I just
really
because they
care.
people caught Idris Elba also caught hell for the gunslinger,
And even more
the
recently,
Stephen King,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And people considering him for
007.
007.
Yeah, I think he'd be an amazing James Bond. But
But again, yeah, like you're saying, I think a lot of bots and a lot of early stuff being like, oh, it's woke or race swap. But then when you realize like, oh, he's 99.9% of the characterization and good actor,
Right.
and you're focusing on the 0.1% of, oh, he used to just be a white guy.
right.
And so I'm happy that literally was glazed over because of how good he is.
It makes me curious because that, changing his race, that automatically means you have to change Tila's race.
No,
That
no, just Tila's adopted. He's not a real dad.
Oh, I did not know that.
In
Okay.
some iterations.
Right, yeah. In most, I would say
They
iterations,
didn't
but
mention that.
Right,
in
they
this
didn't mention
movie.
that at all.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
And
I
they
wondered
also
about
they
that.
also race swapped Tila because
Yes.
Tila does not look
Technically.
like that in the, you know what I mean?
Tila is a fair-skinned redhead.
Right.
Yeah.
In the cartoon. So,
Which was like,
and then it also meant that there
90%
was some biracial hanky panky going on, and I could just see idiots being idiots about it.
Yep.
Depends on where they're coming from, in my opinion. If you're coming from like, I just want to see my toys come to life and look like that.
Sure.
Right.
But
If you're mad about it because you don't like black people, then that's a different thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
right.
That's fair.
You know,
Jennifer Sykes says, I would have watched the movie with Idris Elba playing every part. That man is fine.
But
You're damn right he is.
And that's what it comes down to. It comes down to the same thing that we've talked about in other race swap or type movies and gender swap stuff. It's like, is the race inherently like super important to the role?
Right.
If it is, then keep it. If it's
I'm still
not,
pissed that
then
they
whatever.
made Danny Rand's white. He's a ninja. He's supposed to be Asian.
It's such a
That's very true.
strange look at things.
Yeah.
Loved him.
He
Loved
was
him.
wonderful. I
It was
loved
awesome.
him through the whole
Costume, I would like. We're not like
I'm
Costume, I grew on me.
Yep.
outside of the helmet. Like
Outside
I
of the
think
helmet,
they did
the
a
helmet
right.
is the
nice,
big thing.
nice
The
job.
chest flask was amazing.
Yeah.
Nice little added kind of
Yep.
thing. I thought.
I will say that I mean, I'm not a physics master, but that entire armor didn't fit in that little case.
Right.
There was maybe enough room for the chest piece,
Yeah.
maybe a shin guard, but all of his armor wouldn't have fit in
Was
there.
that thing they're flying around in? Was that their like car or their personal family car? Because why did it have his chest in there?
Yeah, it was a Wind Raider minivan.
I mean, it
It
kinda
seems
looked-
like it. Like that's what I think. That's what it.
Actually,
Kind of
didn't
was.
Ford? Isn't that what Ford's minivan originally was? The Windstar.
Yeah, Ford went.
Yeah.
I kind of think that. I kind of think that
There you
her.
go.
Kind of think Tila was living in it.
Dude, times have gotten rough. Dad was drunk in jail, covered in urine. Mom was nowhere to be
Yeah.
found. Mom's flying around like a fucking falcon, completely ignoring her.
But yeah, additions of like gun coming out of hip.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
you got the
Mace-
RoboCop. You
ro-
got the
like the ma-
blade
the
coming out of
mace,
the arm.
the mace turning. You know, his weapons
Elongating.
altering, like it was. I thought that was really cool.
I
That opening scene with Trapjaw, obviously, like
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Like grinning from ear to ear while it's going on, just like this is my toys fighting.
Yeah.
And that is hilarious. Now
We
I got my problems with Trapjaw too, but we'll talk about that.
we're getting there. So we got
We've got
young
the
we
rest
got
of
young
them.
Adam, young Tila. They're sparring with each other. We find out basically Adam's a little runt. He doesn't.
Adam is not just a run; he's a coward.
He's a coward. Yeah,
Which-
he'd rather sit there and he'd rather talk. Hey, let's not fight. Let's dance. And he'd rather dance and do all this stuff. And of course, King Randor comes out, and he's kind of like,
Steve.
you know, yeah,
Oh, I totally.
he's like, are all the students doing well? He's like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Because he's
totally,
the prince, you know. He can't be like, your son's a little bitch.
I always have with the other versions of He-Man. I have a little bit of like Randor's being a jerk.
Yeah.
Okay, with this one, oh, I'm on Randor's side because they made Adam a complete idiot in this movie, complete moron.
Yeah.
They totally ripped away everything. This is my biggest contention of the movie. Should I save it for later?
I'm concerned about when later is going to occur at this pace,
I know.
just for the sake of commentary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So anyway, he comes out, takes the sword, fights Adam, knocks him down on his ass. Man at Arms is like, nah, dude, your dad loves you. He's gonna, you know, he's totally gonna turn around and nope. So we know Adam's pretty bummed. Anyway, beyond that, then that's basically when Skeletor attacks with all his people, and we get some really, really good fighting right here. We get to see all the bad guys. I don't know what order we have, but I mean, we just have pictures of bad guys.
Am I
coming up
am I
here.
moving?
Yeah, just
Okay.
go. Yep, go for it. There's of course King Randor. He did
costuming, cool.
Yeah.
Looks good.
looked cool. He was
Burger King,
fine.
love him.
He was fine.
Yeah, he was like, you don't get to have it your way. I'm the king.
When he was acting and stuff, did you guys see any like Timu Hugh Jackman a little bit
Mhm.
in him?
Okay.
Like
I didn't
that's what,
notice that, but now
especially when
I'm
he
kinda
was
seeing it.
older. When he was older, I'm like, he had like a kind of a Hugh Jackman-esque like way of him talking and acting and
I
stuff.
didn't notice that, but okay.
Fisto.
Shout out really quick, sound design and like special effects when it comes to that type of stuff, like going back to like Trapjaw, the sound, like everything that felt weighted and should be weighted felt it, like his hand, the mechanisms, and like everything that added the blade sounds of all of the stuff, the weight of Trapjaw's legs, like I thought it was just really cool.
All the,
How about Fisto? Because that's who's on the screen. I don't know why I have to explain this to you. Rodriguez.
His hand made cool noises.
Okay.
You
So
felt
when
every
we
hit,
get when we
man.
get to Trapjaw, will you please tell me what you think about Fisto?
Yep.
So I
Thank
don't
you.
know this guy's name, Johannes Johannesson. I
You know
love-
his name, you just can't
I
pronounce it.
just can't pronounce it. I thought he was fun. He was one of my favorite characters in this movie. I liked his attitude, and he's kind of a badass too. Ram Man. He's a man and he rams. That first intro of him like jumping up and
The
coming
spring-loaded
down and
legs
people-
aspect from the toy. And because we're getting into these character names, I love how they did that in the movie, because that's been the running joke the entire time we've been doing this podcast.
Why
of
they have
like-
such stupid names.
Yeah, you know
type
what I
of
mean?
thing.
And they gave us an explanation for that. And I thought that was absolutely great.
I think they could have gone two ways with that. They could have gone the way they did, or they could have just been like, "I'm Ram Man,"
Own it.
and everybody just, yes, you are. Like don't even make a joke about it. But
Well, and so to push back on that though, like what Pete's saying worked in that scene. It seemed like that's what they did. Like when Adam said, "This is who you are. This is who you are. This is who you are," they were like, Mechaneck smiled. It was like he didn't like deny it or think it was dumb.
right.
Fisto didn't think, he's like, "Yeah, I do," and he's like, Ram Man's like, "Yeah, I do."
And for-
So they didn't deny it. So the laughter joke side of it was coming from us off screen, but within the world itself, like the explanation, like you're saying, 10-year-old, like the names were made for 10-year-old kids when they were making these toys. They were made for 10-year-old kids.
Right.
So like him being like, "Oh, well, I see these three guys battling and I'm in the King's Tower watching them battle. I've got nicknames for them." Like, I thought that was interesting. Like, that was a cool angle, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm curious what Trapjaw thought when he was like Trapjaw.
Tito's like,
Yeah.
"What?"
So,
But,
and those of you who don't know, like Pete probably, those descriptions he was giving, like he gave, what is a Mechanex? Human periscope.
Yeah,
The human
That's what
periscope,
was written on the back of the cards.
the toy box.
when you bought the figures.
Okay.
Tila, warrior goddess, that was on her card. All of that stuff that he was explaining them. So he was hitting
Yep.
it right from the old 1980s
Yep.
nostalgia,
Yep.
saying it word for word.
We got Matt Rodriguez as Mechaneck.
Why
I-
would it not be MECHA?
CHA.
Why Mechaneck, like mechanical? Like why is it MEKA?
Because it's mech a
Yeah,
neck.
I don't know.
Okay.
Because they spell them funny.
Yeah, you'd have to ask the, yeah.
The
Tack track
the,
has two Ks.
the head swinging thing I thought was super cool.
And that was something that like because he just called him a periscope, but yeah, no, he's using his head to beat the shit out of people.
Because wouldn't you also like?
Yeah. I did think there was a missed opportunity though when he like wrapped his neck around a guy and then he like looked at him and then he just kind of swung him around. I thought he should have headbutted.
Yeah,
him or
I thought I
something.
was looking for a headbutt
Yeah.
there too.
But I mean, and I guess I don't miss his mace in this movie. He's using his freaking neck as his weapon. So you know what? They're picking out some of the action features and going, what is going to look the coolest on the screen? Sure, maybe Mechaneck's not like, the coolest guy in the world, but you know what? He's going to look interesting on the screen.
That figure's
So-
dog shit, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's pretty crap. Then we get Spikor. Probably the one who most deviated from his toy counterpart, or
But they utilized what he was better than most.
and
Him constantly getting stuck in shit,
Yes.
impaling another the skeleton army guy.
yeah,
Like that was brilliant.
that's fun stuff. That they were like, what can we do with a guy with spikes? Oh, this will be fun. He'll get stuck on stuff, and he, so
Well,
fun.
and obviously we're going to discuss the few filmation like moments, but like them showing him when they were breaking out of jail and he has a bandage around his head. Like that's just straight like a filmation episode
Yeah.
of him just having a bandage on his
Yep, so funny. Triclops, I think he was in this movie.
He didn't do much.
He didn't do much.
But the moments he had were important.
And they were.
I can see the sword.
Right.
Like I mean, he was like
Right.
that was kind of an important plot point.
Yes, exactly. Without him,
For
they wouldn't have
having
seen.
for having three different eyes though, he's a terrible shot.
Yeah, that is very true.
That was very Stormtrooper.
I'd say he was the most underutilized.
Underutilized.
Well,
It's
for the
like
ones
they
that were
just
in the
needed
movie.
like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
little plot point thing, and they're like, you know what? Let's just throw another guy in there. We'll throw in Triclops.
But he looked
or
cool.
whatever.
He looked cool.
I think he looks great. His armor and all that stuff. I think he looks really cool. Goat Man.
This guy I had to ask about.
Yeah,
after the movie, I asked if he was a character, if it was something added, because I had no idea who this guy was.
He was in one book And then he was he has recently been in like the Kevin Smith stuff.
Yep.
So we've seen him in cartoon form. He's kind of cool. I don't understand why he has, if that's supposed to be face paint with the beard and stuff, or if that's supposed to be just like he grew up that way. It's his markings. I don't know how that works, but needless to say, he was very large and freaky. So I thought he's pretty fun.
He was fun. He had great fight scenes.
Yep.
I don't know. It looks a little strange to me.
Him standing off with He-Man at the outside of Snake Mountain, I really like.
Yeah.
He-Man crosses his arms and like
right.
they're just like they're having to stand out. I was
Yeah.
like, this is cool.
Yeah. That's the best picture I could get. A Karg. Surprisingly, they're not advertising this guy very much. I do want to say his real name though. I know I put it in here. Oh shit. It's like Hung Dong or something like that.
The actor's name.
Yes. It's like his real name. Yeah, it's Hung Dante Dong. That's his name. A cooler looking version of the 87 movie character, I suppose. Kind of redundant, just having the claw in his hand since Trapjaw did it much better. I guess they gave him a sigh too, but
having him and having Goatman is like, hey, the director's like, we're pulling from all corners of this world,
Yep,
like
some
to
deep
make
cuts.
And saving
Make-
heavy hitters for possible sequels.
yes.
Oh, 100%.
Smart
I
move.
think that was 90% of the reason why certain characters weren't either in this or other characters weren't featured more was just budget.
So as they're trying to leave old Eternos or protect the king and stuff, well, we finally get Duncan and big old Trapjaw comes around the corner, stomping his feet, slow motion, and obviously they want us to focus on Trapjaw. He is probably the main bad guy aside from Skeletor, because even Evil Lynn's supposed to be like number 2, but I swear to God, this guy's in there more than her. So
Coolest representation of any of the villains.
I probably would agree. I absolutely love Trapjaw in this.
He did awesome.
I told Jeremy, I think that this was the director's favorite toy. Like
Could
when
be.
I started watching this movie, especially starting with this fight scene, I'm like, wait a minute. I think Travis Knight played with this toy a lot, and probably Man at Arms too. But that's what it felt like, that he like was like, I'm gonna give a touch more attention to this guy, because if Triclops was his favorite, the scenes might have been flipped. He might have just put Trapjaw, in the distance or in a vehicle or
Right.
something.
I think it's probably just one of those things too, where he just looks striking with the blue and the big, the red jaw, and like, why has he got that? And his arm changes and all that. Like, that guy's cool. He's got the giant, like the heavy boots. And
When as soon as I saw Trapjaw come onto the screen, I was like, man, I'm super pumped with Fisto's fist. I thought they did a great job with Fisto.
what?
Oh,
I get that reference.
I thought that's how we were doing things earlier.
I get that reference.
The whole Trapjaw talk was during the Fisto picture, so I was just trying to play the game.
okay.
That's
all
on me.
right, Okay.
That's on me.
But Matt Rodriguez is the sounds of that whole thing, like the way they brought it all together. I love the detail in his face. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't get that when you talk about adult collectors. We talk about sculpts all the time, right? And paint applications and blah blah blah. That wasn't what we got with these toys. They made this. This is the fucking Mondo Trapjaw in your face. Like,
Right.
It was. I just thought, and not specifically that, but I mean the level of detail, right?
Yeah.
And I thought the character was great.
It's funny to me because the character on screen read short to me. Well, this actor's 6'5".
Yeah. The guy towers over Skeletor.
So I don't know if it's the bulk they put on his legs, because he has thick legs. He's got Trapjaw armor on his legs, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes him look. It takes away from him. He looks narrow up in the shoulders, and his legs look too big, and he's kind of doughy, and he's got moobs. So like, while I love the costume, he looks like he don't look like a He-Man guy because he's not ripped, and that's a big problem for me, because if they can make everybody look ripped in 300, why do we got to? Later on, when they're all in the jail cell, who's that big burly guy that's
just the random guy that's there, and he's all super buff.
Why did they put him in the Ram suit? Because that guy's got some shoulders. because and you could have filled out the armor.
Well, they had to have those random like Filmation villager people who were super buff, but they're just like, we can't fight off Skeletor.
I'd rather have little the. I thought, I was like, why did they waste that guy? He's got a great physique.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't care. People can say what they want about me. Physiques should be a big deal for this movie. Everybody was a big jacked muscle man that looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger, even bigger in these toys.
If I had my choice,
physiques should have been favored.
I'd probably go with that if I had my choice, but this doesn't offend me at all.
What doesn't offend me? It's just you could have done better. It's
Okay.
it's like every time you're looking
Fair.
at it, you're like, okay, so you went there, you went far. Just another couple of steps and you would have been all the way there. You don't need
He's
this.
definitely not as buff as this toy.
Definitely. And that's what we all look at. And if it's G.I. Joe or another brand, it doesn't really matter as much. But I think it's just me squeezing this.
Oh, I thought you were too.
But I think with Masters, I think it matters more.
He was the one that was the most concerning to me that might end up looking like cosplay and it would take me out of the movie. And it did not at all.
Yeah.
Like I was nervous about the way the jaw would look and how if they would use CGI and how, you know what I mean, type of thing, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Your eyes like that. You're like, oh, he has a jaw that's metal, but then nothing underneath it. But in the movie, I'm like, holy shit, like this looks,
it works.
This freaking looks cool.
Ackerman says he thinks he was too skinny.
He was, well, now that I know when I look the actor up and I can see his build, he's a big guy. He's bigger than any of us. He's probably wider than any of us, but he's so long and he's got, you can tell in the movie, he probably has love handles. His belt comes up over it. He's just not
But again, that also comes down to look him up, like with him standing next to Goatman. I think a lot of the stuff too is just angle of camera stuff. There's some angles of camera where like the actor that plays He-Man looks like a regular built guy, and then there's some angles and some shots where like you can tell like how wide his shoulders actually got. So that's a lot of that visuals. Like you're mentioning 300. Because 300 was so, not just that they were like ripped, but that
shadowed.
A lot of it was shadowed
lit.
and the lighting of it, the original Turtles movie, like a lot of it was angles and how things are lit. And like with this, I can see what you're saying because I can see shots of what you're saying. I'm like, yeah, that's how it looked. But then I can see other scenes where like he's standing next to Skeletor and he's a freaking monster next to Skeletor because he's only a touch smaller than Goatman in real life.
Right.
Like, so that's a little bit of it too.
Yeah. I just loved him. I thought he was fantastic. He beats shit out of old Duncan, shoots him. They take off.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Go
right.
ahead.
I thought Duncan's scene with him. I thought Duncan's scene with those guys were like, oh, this is cool. He fought a couple people in front of the king, and I was like, oh, that's all we're gonna get. And then like 2 seconds later, he's in the hallway doing 10 times
John Wick shit.
And we're seeing like, oh, they're not afraid to stab people and do stuff like that
he
here.
Stabs Trapjaw with a dagger right in the lung. I mean, right in the side of the. That take dude down.
So basically at that point the king's like, I'll run off, get Adam out of here, and he gets captured by Skeletor, which we get some wonderful moments with Skeletor meeting Skeletor. Let's talk about Skeletor.
Now this is the way to do it. Leto was a skinny fucker.
Why pay? Like I asked you guys after the movie, why pay Jared Leto?
Well, he was in the costume. So he was.
It doesn't fucking matter.
He wore it.
It could have been anybody in that costume. I mean, this is a Vader situation. Why would you spend the long dollar on Jared Leto when you could have literally had anybody and we wouldn't have known the difference?
My opinion on that is that this performance is so fucking incredible, and I was very pleased with the balance of weird, crazy, scary, and like bumbling that like. I don't know if Leto would have pulled that off just like doing voice performance. You know what I mean? That's it. Like it's just
his body language did matter.
Yeah.
I mean, when he was
I don't
evil, he does that. You know, I mean, if that was like a Leto thing,
but and if it was, then kudos to Leto. But I don't feel like. I feel like everything that.
Did you like him? Did you like Skeletor? Like,
fuck yeah, I thought he was awesome.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know which angle you're coming.
Yeah, no, I look at it and I go, I'm like, but I don't. nothing to me was like, man, Leto really killed that performance. The people that designed the costume and the CGI, the people that wrote the lines, the people that blocked it, the people that did everything to make Skeletor, like that's why we got a great Skeletor. I didn't like Man at Arms to me, Idris Elba stepped up and fucking killed it.
Yeah.
But Skeletor, I'm like, everything he was to me felt like it was all behind the scenes, the people that put into it. Because at the end of the day, with what you could see of the actor there, that was all what somebody was telling somebody to do. Well, you could tell anybody to do those things. Hey, do me a favor, do that. Oh, okay, cool. Like
but
you know,
Joe, so but also to push back on that is that like Skeletor himself, like that character, like you're giving Idris the credit. If you had zero reference of who this actor was that played this and did the voice and did the acting and the visuals or in the pacing and everything, not knowing that you wouldn't know it's Jared Leto, like I think makes it so much more iconic. Like, because even everyone's like I don't know who Frank Langella is from the original. Like now I know he's this famous actor and he blah 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 blah. But like, I just knew that Skeletor was cool as shit. Like from that movie, like I don't know who that actor is.
Yeah.
And so for the same thing, there's tons of kids right now or people that aren't MOTU people that love Skeletor because of this performance and have no idea and no baggage connected to anything Leto's done, or I'm not going to like it because he was the Joker, or like those type of things.
Well, but I said there's nothing Leto about this, unless everything is Leto about it, and we just don't know that.
I mean, so he obviously hasn't been doing any press.
Right.
I don't know
Very
all the
very
details they have, but
intentional.
yes, I think they basically put him like don't even promote it type of thing because of all the drama with him or buzz around his name. But I think he knocked it out of the freaking park.
But did he?
I do.
Or did the movie creators knock it out of the park?
No,
He's just the guy that supposedly is in the suit.
The way that Travis Knight talked about him is like they talked about like what type of direction the voice would go and like certain things, like just how sassy he would be and just a lot of his mannerisms. And I mean, a lot of that was
you guys have been led to believe that Jared Leto actually brought this character to life then, based on things that you've seen.
I would say so.
Based on acting.
I didn't do any research. Like I said, I didn't.
Yeah. I think that this character could have completely fucked up this movie.
Yeah.
Like it could, if this would have fallen flat with like casual people, because that's that toe that they like Skeletor. Watching this movie again last night, I'm like,
that's that
Skeletor might be the. Sorry.
That's that toe that line.
Yeah, Skeletor might be the greatest fictional villain in my mind. Like if you line up all the fictional villains,
he's such a diva,
and but it had the chance of like just being so effing stupid.
Yeah,
like it and because you can see it had the chance of being so effing stupid. That's how you know. Again, give credit to where it's due. Like,
oh yeah,
did people pull him back and we're like, okay, like that's a little bit too much. You know,
absolutely.
Like that very much could have been for sure.
Right.
And I upset Ackerman. Leto was great. Haters gonna hate. Stop. Okay. Well, I didn't know it was Jared Leto. Like I said, if he's if he made those choices, that's great. But if he was just a puppet and all the other choices were made, then it wasn't Leto doing anything other than doing what he was told.
Yeah.
He's like, haven't I done enough to prove to these people? And then Evelyn's like, you've killed thousands of them, my lord. Like
it's like he's insane, but like he loves the attention. He just wants to. I just like to be evil,
He's evil for evil's sake.
Yes, and
it's simple.
It's wonderful.
You
and
get Darth Vader, I wanted to be good. I lost my girl, this and that, and it's great. I love Darth Vader, but this guy, he ain't got none of that. He's just like, I love you. I'm the bad guy,
and I love that they established
embrace that.
Yeah.
Ackerman says expressions on a skull should not work, but it does.
And
he knows that's not Leto's face doing that, right?
No, that's his method acting. He peeled the skin off his face.
It seemed like I see some behind the scenes stuff. They had like those red dots.
No,
on Leto's,
what they did
on Leto's face.
The chick Allison Brie actually said they didn't put the dots on his face.
No,
the technology's good enough now where they don't need to do that. But he smeared his face in like red, like coloring, so like blood. Just so it looked goofy enough or creepy enough. When he was emoting and stuff, they, could kind of get in character or whatever.
Yeah, a little bit of his expression. The red eyes.
Like, the
also
eyes
too, and good for
like...
Jared Leto being able to light up his eyes. That was brilliant on his part.
He nailed it.
But I love how they tracked. never seen Skeletor eyes track.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
Yes.
they blinked
Moving
because all of a sudden they went away and then they like were over here. Like he's like,
yeah,
wait a
they
minute.
get
It's like-
stronger when he's like looking at certain. It's just such an odd choice, and it just worked really well.
Everything that you guys are mentioning that you love about Skeletor has nothing to do with Jared Leto.
Okay, so I love his voice.
but everything about it.
Again,
I
and
love
that-
the voice.
Jeremy could for $1.99 put an app on his phone right now to make his voice sound like that. It was modulated. And again, if he did all of it, I'll high five the guy. But I didn't feel like they gave us anything other than that could have been a throwaway note. That could have been the fucking key grip after he dropped off the bagels, going out there and doing that.
And
You
I
know?
guess
I
I guess
understand
we'll
what
see
you're
if they do a sequel, if he comes back or not. If they can,
But I want to say, this is what I'd rather see.
I don't hate the guy. I have no problem with
No.
Jared Leto at all.
I'm not sitting here.
No,
trying to stick up.
Curtis.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, Curtis is gargling Leto balls down in fucking Missouri or wherever he's from. And again, I'm simply making a point. If we never saw He-Man's face, we never saw any. I mean, Mechanic, same thing. Like, I mean, we saw the bottom portion of Rodriguez's jaw, but we didn't know it was Matt. So
That's fair.
I want to say, I've been trying to say, this is how you do a muscle suit. You get a skinny guy
Yeah.
that you can put a suit over top of him so that he doesn't look weird, because you don't get an already big guy. You get a skinny guy, because then when you put the muscles on top of him, it's a perfect size. I would have rather them do that to freaking Trapjaw and give us some freaking muscles, because it looks amazing.
This looks great. Great design.
and I'm sure
overall.
Leto probably sewed that suit. So you're right, Ackerman. I'm sorry. I should be hating on Jared Leto.
Matt would probably look great in a muscle suit.
Did you
right? You put on a muscle.
I'm working
suit,
on
man.
You guys,
Yeah.
do you still have more? Do you still have more Skeletor stuff so I can pee? Or are we done?
I was just gonna say. I
can go,
I
Pete.
don't know. I didn't know if we're going through the whole.
Oh no, we're apparently we're going through the movie line by line.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a 12-hour episode.
Dude, when they woke, like, who was like, you know what? Let's have Skeletor wake up in this movie. Like, whoever idea was that
Was
of
the
like
pig, was the pig guy? Is that a real thing from Motu?
Only
yeah,
from the '87 movie. There was a
there
kid
was
that
a kid
won a
named
contest.
Pig Boy. He won a contest to be in the movie, so they made a character Pig Boy. So there was
and he's literally
I
just
thought-
standing there with a staff for like a second.
Okay.
in the movie. Yeah, he's not like actually featured.
And
but-
they got that
That
exact.
actor was amazing what he was able to do with that pig.
well, and that Pig Boy, him going up there, like, again, the sound of the hooves, the oinking, all the
Little-
sound
yeah, all
direction
the
with
stuff.
it, and like Skeletor's just laying there, and then like the eyes light up. He's like, "Why are you looking
Yeah,
at me?" And there's like,
We got to see naked Skeletor feet
I'll,
too.
I'll,
That
I'll
was
get
fun.
you. I'll turn you into sausage like I did your mother.
Yeah, what a
like,
dick.
like,
And that's the thing is there's such a good balance of him being like kind of like goofy, needing the attention, but also he's terrifying because you don't know what he's gonna do next.
right.
Like you don't know if he's gonna be, cool with what you just said, or if he's gonna just beat on every single one of his lackeys,
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
the chick he's possibly in a relationship with. And I think she kind of digs it.
Yeah, she's into it.
yeah.
No, definitely the sadomasochist.
Her
type of-
yeah.
and some people have been, I mean, obviously we're gonna get there, some people have been like pooping a little bit on like her role / acting / like character development.
So she's great.
I heard her acting through her eyes and her face, I thought was really cool, because all of a sudden she's getting burned, and then all of a sudden she like kind of smirks with her eyes. I'm like, wait a minute. She likes this abuse.
Right, I thought they
Like,
were
I'm
going
like,
to go
holy
the
crap.
route of, oh, poor evil Lynn, because Skeletor beats her, but she's got nowhere to go. Nah, she digs it. She's into it.
Super chat by Art by Ackerman. You don't see James Earl Jones as Vader, so they should have probably paid a key grip instead. James Earl Jones read lines that somebody wrote for him in the same voice that he orders fucking Domino's with. It's great and it's iconic, but it's his voice. He's talking. It's fucking Scar or Mufasa or whatever. It's the same voice and everything. I love James Earl Jones. Why is Curtis so upset that I fucking made a point about not seeing a guy and not knowing what he did?
Because,
Okay, we show up on a fire, Curtis. Okay, we're going to bring it into the realm of realism. Okay, so we show up on a fire. I say, firefighter A, I need you to ventilate this structure. Firefighter A goes and ventilates that structure. Okay. Easy peasy. We show up on the scene and I look at Firefighter B and I go, Firefighter B, I need you to go to 1322. I need you to grab a chainsaw, an axe, a pike pole. I need you to grab a roof ladder and a 16-foot extension ladder. I need you to report to the Bravo side of the structure, ladder the roof, 70-degree angle, appropriate climbing, make sure there's 3 rungs above. I need you to climb said ladder, start the saw before you do, because we don't start saws on the roof. I need you to use the axe handle to sound the roof to make sure it's stable. I need you to deploy the roof ladder, hooks up, flip it 180 degrees, steady it, climb onto it, use the chainsaw to cut a 4x4 hole, pivot it over the rafter, use the pike pole to punch a hole in the ceiling to allow the smoke to come out. Okay? The results of those 2 things are identical. What's the difference? The difference is Firefighter A knows his fucking job and is great at it and was able to accomplish that goal by me going ventilate the roof. Firefighter B accomplished the exact same goal. The difference is I gave him every goddamn step of direction to get that job done. That's the difference between a good firefighter and a great firefighter, because they had the right direction. You could put somebody in a suit. I don't know what was Jared Leto and what was everybody else making it happen. That's my whole point. That's my point, Curtis. So put that in your fucking cape bag and smoke it, bitch. All right, I'm done.
No, I mean, great points. So
Good point.
I don't think you should pay attention to any more super chats for a little
Hold
while.
on, I got to write this down. $5 from Curtis for Claire. An additional $5 from Curtis for Claire. Pete thinks it's trendy to hate. I don't fucking care about Jared Leto at all.
You seem to care a lot.
No, I don't. We would have
wound
this
up.
exact same conversation if it was any famous high-paid actor in a role where you never see anything of the high-paid
I was
actor.
gonna say Pete's definitely not the I hate Jared Leto. Why is he in this?
I don't give 2 shits or a fuck about Jared Leto.
Whereas other people are like, I can't believe, but I will say they're winning.
And honestly,
he's winning people over.
They could have fucking dug up Chris Farley and put him in that suit. We'd have the same goddamn conversation
Definitely
right now.
wouldn't have fit in that suit.
It definitely would not have fit in that suit.
Well, maybe not at all. His flesh
Or
is
maybe
rotted away.
now he.
It's just a skeleton.
Oh my God! Art by Ackerman says Maverick. That's dumb. Every voice Hamill does is Joker. Are you fucking hating on Mark Hamill?
Oh.
Who the fuck do you think you are, Curtis? Why don't you take that to shooting the shelf and fucking shit on fucking Mark Hamill? Don't do that on my show.
And this is why
We're
Richard
gonna
Haynes stopped listening.
We're gonna
today.
protect Jared Leto, but we're gonna shit on Mark Hamill. Good call. So who do we got next?
I don't know.
I think
Evil Lynn.
have we established that both Evil Lynn and Tila, when they were cast, people were like, is this gonna work?
Yeah.
And then now saying it works. Like,
worked.
are we in agreement with this? Or how did you feel, Jeremy?
I'm torn on Evil Lynn, and it's the one like she looks great. I think she's a great cartoon version of Evil Lynn.
Yep.
I don't know that
Which was it seems intentional.
Yes, it absolutely was. I think I would have liked to see her. I don't know. I think the actress maybe is too good guy-ish. So like she doesn't seem like she's really like she'd really do evil things. But that's just not what I got from her.
I liked Evil Lynn.
$20 from Paul Schreiber. Got the package, Pete. Incredible pile of loot. Thanks, buddy. $20 for Claire. Oh, read the rest of my super chat, Pete, for another $2. What did he say?
So for those of you who don't know, the drama early this morning resulted in Pete declaring that all super chats are going to go to my daughter for her graduation.
She
That's
is
why
graduating high school.
She has
Oh,
graduated.
Pete thinks it's trendy to hate on Leto. Stick to matching your Glyos color to your newsboy hat, hipster. That doesn't hurt my feelings at all because every day I fucking
He's
make
like,
sure
damn
match
right
my
I will.
hat."
Damn right I will.
I'm he's mocking you because you're fashionable.
Yeah. He's mad because my head can actually fit into a scally.
Evil Lynn.
Evil Lynn.
So I don't know if you guys talked about it while I was in the bathroom or not, because apparently you moved on from Skeletor, even though I said you guys was going to stay on Skeletor. While
We
I peed.
didn't really. We were still talking about him, but Evil Lynn creeped in there.
the 50 Shades of Grey, Evil Lynn. I love that. Every time he heard her, she was wet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She gave that little cockeyed smirk, like she was into it. You know what I mean? And I loved that. She's one of those actresses to me because I could see her face, Curtis. She looked familiar to me, but I have no idea why. I don't know if she's been in 10 things I've seen or nothing, but she had one of those recognizable faces.
Yeah.
So
I recognize her from Glow. She was in that. I think it was Netflix. It was about glamorous ladies of wrestling.
I heard she was in Community, comedy show,
yeah.
but I've never seen it.
Did she almost had a little bit of a yellow hue to her, right? Did you guys feel that, or was it just me?
No, they leaned a little bit not natural. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
that's what
they
I'm
leaned a
saying.
little
Like
bit.
there's times when I saw her and I'm like, she looks like they're kind of trying to pull that yellow, like jaundice-y type look from her. But it's hard to tell because she was sort of lit up by flames and shit most of the time, like this picture. But
I really liked her, so
I was not offended by her. I just think if she would have been a little bit more evil and not so of course Skeletor. But
I viewed that as her manipulating him.
Right.
When she was really like, oh, Skeletor, because you know,
I could do the ritual. Like, can she really?
Right. And that's that's the thing. Yeah. Could she?
Yeah, maybe she is just manipulating
Dude,
the whole thing.
when freaking she's holding He-Man and doing the spell, and Skeletor's like, we get it, Evelyn. Like
this is my time.
He's frozen. He's
Yeah,
frozen.
yeah.
You're fine.
She was still chanting.
Yeah, she's like, she was getting into it.
Like that's just Skeletor's.
I guess if you look at it from the point of view of just like, yeah, she likes it rough. Like, it does give you a different perspective. When I see it a third time, I will definitely go into it like that. Is there any more characters from before this? Because we need to hit some beats here. Okay, so we're going to Earth. We meet Adam. He's got a boring HR job. He hates his life. He's always thinking about Eternia. He's got a roommate that's like, that shit ain't real, but I'll still be cool with you. He can't show his roommate that he cries because, or he can't show Adam that he cries because he's watching The Notebook. Like, that's how men should be. If you're going to watch something sensitive, cry on your own. Don't show your buddy.
That's true.
His job, obviously, his boss is, she's
Fucking
annoying.
wacky.
Is annoying
Holy
as
shit.
shit.
I fucking hated her.
She did a wonderful job of being that person that you never want to fucking work for.
That's the thing. For the most part, can we say even the throwaway scenes type of like filler stuff in this movie was entertain? Like it was like
that she acted very
like
well.
every one of the people in this movie, every one of those actors are a national treasure like Jared Leto. So it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I could not believe that they pulled Okoye to be the HR manager, but they did.
For any
which is
POTU
awesome.
fans out there, they need to know that Pete hyperfixates,
Yes.
so this will not go away for the whole show.
Beastman. Obviously, a lot of CGI work.
Yeah,
Beastman was fucking awesome.
And-
And I loved how they gave him like the ape.
I
was telling Steve,
Kind
how
of had
he,
almost
you know,
like dreadlocks hanging down.
Well, in some of the early stuff, you couldn't really see, but people are like, "Oh, is he like? Does it?" But then when he like aped down and his jewel dangled, that like is on his OG costume, I'm like, okay, this guy like.
Did you notice a lot of the villains drooled?
Yeah.
There was a lot of scenes where they cut to villains' faces.
Especially like Spikor.
Yeah, Spikor was drooling. Beastman was drooling.
I like droolers. It's fun.
So-
Yeah, Goatman was probably drooling.
So I guess one thing I should say, the whole narration and shit was, this is Adam's way of like, he just meets people and he's like, he's on a date and he's like telling her like, I'm from Eternia and blah, blah. Like this dude, it's
He's an
pretty
idiot.
nutty. Like he
Yeah.
just wants to get
He's
home.
a dumbass.
He lost his sword when
He's
he
a
got
coward.
thrown into that cool ass portal, by the way, like Filmation from the Sorceress.
I was glad they brought the Filmation portal in. I was afraid they weren't going to utilize that.
You and I talked about that before Kate went on, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that you got to see
we,
that.
we had a portal panel.
You did?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
I can't follow any of your conversations.
But they never say what happened to him. He landed in Oklahoma somewhere. Somehow he made it through childhood and
15 years.
He kept his last name, was able to keep his last name from Marlena, and he's working in HR. So, but eventually he does find his sword. from some random guy, and that whole scene.
And then the
where he's
guy says it's $300, and then the guy
and he
never
never gives him
charged him.
$300.
The guy
Yeah,
never charged
assumed-
him.
unless
I assumed he
Venmo'd him
already
on the way.
PayPal'd
Yeah,
Did you?
I suppose you could talk about. You could think of it that way.
Why in the hell did they have him drive a stick shift?
I don't know.
To make
Just to make it silly,
You know?
he's a bumbling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was that
So-
silly angle.
So he goes to the fright zone. Bunch of
That was fun.
Mattel
Just-
stuff. We got like Matt Mason, and we got Big Jim, and apparently this is a world where He-Man was never a toy, but Torak.
His retired cop uncle was in it.
What's
Matt's
that?
retired cop uncle was in the comic store.
Big Jim.
Big Jim.
Yes.
But yeah, this
Him
time-
wrestling that sword out of that thing's hand
Okay,
was
so
fucking
this-
epic.
And they're taking the video, and
Yeah.
okay. What's
So we skipped the date,
Okay.
and I want to go back to this just
Okay.
for a second.
Yep.
This is where we learned that Prince Adam's a buffoon. He's on a date. This is before the Beastman scene, which we're going to talk about. But he's been on Eternia for 15 years. They say he has a job. He's a functioning person, and he, for some reason, in his dumb brain, hasn't realized that you can't just tell people that some people don't even believe we've been to the moon.
Right.
And he doesn't believe that he hasn't figured out that you can't tell a girlfriend that you're from Eternia and you're looking for a magic sword and you got a green cat. He doesn't know that he hasn't figured out, he hasn't picked up that social cue yet. All right. The worst part about this movie is the fact that every version of He-Man that we've seen is Adam is playing to be lackadaisical, lazy, uninterested in anything that's important, right? But we've all seen scenes when Adam can't turn into He-Man, or maybe he's alone with Man-at-Arms who knows he's He-Man, and he acts straight up like He-Man as Adam. He still has the heart and the wherewithal. That's why he's the chosen one,
Right.
because it's in there. This guy here is whining as he's running. I don't know how to run. And he's running. The actor is running like a dummy. He's running.
Before he was running, he did just get slammed into the side of a
I don't-
freaking semi.
He's wimping. He's whining about running. So the heart of the hero can't jog. He looks to be in pretty good shape. He's a big guy. You can tell through his shirt he's got muscles. All right, you can tell. You can see this guy. He doesn't know how to jog.
Well, he does, but he got beat up before.
No. He's because he's that way through the whole dang thing. He is not the Adam. It's like, I don't like this Adam. He's a coward. He doesn't show anything that's like, okay, there's the heart of a hero in there.
No, but they did show he was really good at HR.
Yeah. So he's picked up that part of society so much that he'll bring that to Eternia with him. Oh, let's try to have an HR movie. But in America, or in the world, Earth, he couldn't figure out that you can't tell a girlfriend that you're from Eternia.
I don't think he cared. Maybe he just wanted his sword.
I don't
He's
understand
in love
why,
with his sword.
why you have no sympathy. The fucking kid was plucked from his home world, watched his parents die, or he thought they died, and he got dropped into a fucking pond in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
He doesn't know that those people don't know about Eternia.
Yes, he does. After 15 years of living on Earth, he should have figured it out.
Oh, okay. Now who's fixating? But okay.
You
Poor
don't
guy.
think that he's adapted? He's adapted to corporate life. He probably went to college. He probably is educated to get this job. He's been around the block. He understands where he's at. He pays rent. Okay.
He-Man went to college, but man, don't talk shit about Leto. Fucking A doggy.
Now,
There
if
you go.
he was fixating on the sword, I get that part. You know, he's trying to find the sword. Why? I don't know, because I guess the sword doesn't mean anything anyways. But it does sends a homing beacon. This is the worst part about it, is I don't like Adam. I'm like, you're a whiny little bitch, and I don't like Adam. And then all of a sudden, why is the inconsistency? He turns into He-Man, he punches Trapjaw, he hurts his hand, but he can grab the Roton blades with his bare hands, and that's not a big deal.
Because he was just getting into it. That was the very first time he had swung with that kind of might.
He
it took him by
Yeah,
surprise.
because as the movie goes,
he had never been
justified, but it's dumb.
He had never
but as
been
he goes
He-Man
along,
before.
he does go from like,
which is the inconsistency.
he gets stronger as he goes. I mean, obviously the very last fight, I mean, he's got like a thunder punch and shit. Like and his eyes glow. Like, so he's gone from like, this is the first time changing to like, okay, so I'm not great, but I got some power.
He can fall through trees, not get hurt. He can do all this stuff, but he punches trash.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this one time for Steven and for the fans out there. Every descriptor that Steven used of reasons why he didn't like Adam, we can go and watch every iteration of Adam, and he is every single one of those descriptors,
he's not.
whether intentionally or pretending to be. He is.
I disagree.
100%.
Forgotten Tales of Eternia says that was Shadow Weaver in disguise showing him the sword in the Fright Zone.
Ooh, maybe. Although she seemed to be. Oh wait,
JRU Toy says, "Isn't there a MOTU podcast for this?"
Oh yeah, there is, but we couldn't not do this.
But yes, they could have these in between scenes though. My main thought process is, as this being a blockbuster, is these in between scenes of him on Earth and stuff like that could have been played as straight scenes, but the director, everybody involved knew like
No,
just
the
make
director
it,
has nothing to do with this. It's all the actors.
They pulled it off.
We've already determined that.
it should just be entertain, like be this jumping point to be entertaining of enough so that casual friends. I've seen this movie 2 times, and both times with like non-He-Man friends, and they were like just laughing, like you're just laughing, enjoying a movie.
I get that people are simpletons.
Yeah, oh, 100%.
I am a little bit a higher level of thinking. Christopher Reeves pulled it off perfectly as freaking Clark Kent versus Superman.
Yeah.
He, but so and Christopher Reeves had a reason to keep his identity safe. Adam doesn't. Right? And we took that away from it. So why doesn't he just act like a normal Adam on the I think the movie would have
He did act like a normal Adam on Earth, and then you just bitched about it for 6 minutes.
He did not.
He told everybody about Eternia and what he was looking for. He was being Adam. He was being as the Eternia as he could be. And that pissed you off a minute ago.
He wonders why the girl leaves the date.
He would have rather had him pretend that this stuff didn't exist.
I don't think he wondered why the girl left the date. I think he kind of was just like, I did it again.
He's a nice guy that likes to be honest with people, and he was being honest. It's the fault. The fact that they didn't believe him isn't Adam's fault.
See, he's going on a date because his true love is out there somewhere, but he's got to feel that his true love is that sword. He needs that sword, and he needs to go home.
All right. I like this movie, but I thought that could have been handled much better and much more realistic with his. And I wish we would have seen a little bit more.
But that's the point of it.
Tila can't even see.
You just said you wanted to be much more realistic, and none of this shit is realistic. Like that's the point of the entire franchise.
Every movie review we've ever.
But you have to relate to the characters, and I thought
that's true.
And I thought that this character wasn't a real person because he acted so crazy. Even Tila couldn't see it. She's like, this guy's an idiot. And
they ham that up for the laughs. Yeah. And that's again something we can talk
which
about.
I believe they shouldn't have.
All of the people in every movie review that we have ever done have been thrown into some sort of heroic situation. And Steven has been pissed because they should not have been able to just beat everybody's ass. And now we go to the He-Man movie. Well, he should have never gotten hurt. He's He-Man. Well, you can't. Well, you can't give Daisy a lightsaber. Because she's just finding out she's a Jedi. She shouldn't have been able to beat those people's asses. But
True.
He-Man should have.
No. I don't believe that at all. I don't think it should have hurt his hand.
Well,
He's got the power
say
of
what you
Grayskull in him.
believe.
Maybe he should have stumbled. Maybe he should have fought poorly. Maybe he doesn't know. He's not a trained fighter. I get that. But I don't think it should have hurt him. You can't do that and 5 minutes later grab a Roton blade and whip the thing in the thing and not even cut your hand. If he's susceptible to pain at that degree.
Maybe he realized it didn't. Maybe he was surprised by it, and then he realized he had it. And then
it hurts, but
I can fight through
I don't get broken hands.
Right.
Like,
right.
Okay.
What's that?
It's like Wolverine. Every time he snicks his claws,
you've never like bumped something and said ow, even though it didn't hurt because you just reacted.
Okay.
Yeah,
now we're writing things that we're just going way beyond with imaginary stuff. They're trying to give the movie as you give people visual and audio and emotional cues, and that's how you portray your story. So they portrayed the story that they wanted to portray, why they wanted to portray it like that. Because I would have totally loved Adam to trip and fall when he's running with Tila, but not be like, oh, more running.
Once again, Steve, He got his ass kicked by Beastman right
Imagine-
before that.
Imagine Steve getting thrown into the side of
Imagine
a
if I just
of a
pushed you
cement-
down in
of a
Travis's yard.
But and I, but
It
we
was like, okay, now run.
I don't know.
but he had that cool inspirational scene with the Russian from Rocky IV in the gym.
Oh yes,
You know what I mean?
good journey.
So he didn't know anything. He wasn't doing anything at the gym. He was lifting little weights. He wasn't working out, and all of a sudden he's running for his life, and
He's
you're
in his
pissed off because
20s.
he's winded.
He's in his 20s. He's thin. He's muscular. He should be able to run.
How do you guys feel about that homage with Dolph? Like, how did that hit you guys?
It wasn't what I expected. I totally thought he was going to be like a King Grayskull type of thing or whatever, and all of a sudden he's just some random guy in a gym
Lame.
talking about like, you're in my way, or you're in my spot.
You're in my spot.
It's like, oh, I get that. I get what you're doing there. And you
Can you
got any advice for the new guy?
Yeah.
Okay, super meta there.
Maybe it didn't hurt him, but it was muscle memory. $2 for Claire from Art by Ackerman.
Okay, fair.
That's fair, Curtis.
That's just
That
what
is
that's
fair.
what I just said for free, but whatever.
So
So Tila had a hot ass.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh, kept looking at her donk.
Tila is gorgeous. I love this actress. I think she's beautiful.
She's only 5'2" in real life.
She's pretty short. I thought she did a great job in embodying Tila, even with that bootay. We didn't get to see it like in the cartoon, but that's fine. We always have the cartoon, don't we?
Oh, her end of the movie's costume was so much better.
Yeah, with her legs. But yeah, so we do get that moment in the cop car with the what's going on, because crazy shit's happening. What's going on? And we hear the song. We knew that was coming. Tila comes in, basically saves Adam's ass and takes him home.
I love how Beastman can whip cars around and he's indestructible, but slamming a door on him will just knock him right the hell over. When a 103-pound girl whips a door at him, he's out for the count.
Well, he's got to look out for doors.
I
dude.
love this movie, but it was just like, why are you doing these stupid? It looks dumb. It doesn't even read as believable. And I want to believe. I want to believe in this magical world.
No, you
There's
don't.
certain rules.
I don't
No,
know
you
that you
don't.
do.
You don't at all. I turned
parts
on
of-
this movie and I pretended I was 8, and everything that you're mentioning, it just doesn't matter. Like, it's
does
just
matter.
have fun. Like, it's wild. It's wild.
How
And I
many
get what you're saying.
inconsistencies were in the cartoon, and you fucking love that.
I
I was
understand what you're
5, and that was made for children.
So is this. It was made for adult children.
made. Yes, that is true.
We get back home, and this is, obviously she takes him, shows him where they're living now.
And where did Tia's superpowers come from? Because she could jump 15 feet in the air.
I told you, it's those blue eyes, man. She's got the sorceress powers in there.
I don't see the sorceress jumping.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's got wings. She can fly. She ain't got the
She
wings
can
yet.
fall.
So
She can jump 15 feet. She can fall 30. No big deal.
I'm telling you, she's got some superpowers in there.
I don't. Well, they wish they would explain that to me.
Well,
'Cause
we should just know.
No, she's a warrior. She's head of the guard. She's been trained. She's a good athlete and she's a good fighter. She's not indestructible. That's what we have He-Man for.
Well, that's true. But she didn't, she did
I
pretty
just
good.
wanted to know. At least even Man at Arms, they gave him little jetpacks when he had to jump high. I like that. Now that I like. That was great.
Give them all jetpacks. Those are fun. I think even Trapjaw had that. So we meet some of the new warriors in the old prison. Matthew, this is your favorite character in MOTU.
Shout out.
Moss Man.
Shout out to Moss Man.
I think I
Pour
thought
one
he,
out.
Yeah,
Pour
I
one
thought he
out
looked
for
pretty
Moss
good.
Man. Looked good. I would have, give him a little bit of a line like, "You're not worth telling," like something a little bit more heroic, like instead of the cowering down. But whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he's also the one hero that might just come back next movie because he was just turned into sludge and then he
can grow back.
He grows back. So,
Yeah.
Right. That's what
Makes
I'm
sense.
thinking.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly believable. Tila can't jump off a bridge.
That's
and be
within
okay,
his power
but-
set. We've seen him grow and change and shape shift and everything and other things. That makes sense in the world
That's true.
that they built.
That is true.
So they're not sure that they believe he's Prince Adam. They actually take the sword, and this is where we learn, Adam named them all. And then they get thrown in like their dungeon, I guess, their little jail there to hold them while they look at the sword. Why did Tila get thrown in there?
I wonder. No, hey, don't question it. Just go with it.
This is gone.
Dangerous.
No
Off the
questioning that.
Dangerous Dusty Lee says, "Stop overthinking everything, psycho. This is why no one likes you, no matter how much we want to."
Wow.
Forgotten Tales of Eternia says, "Moss Man is the Kenny of Motu." Apparently,
Right? Because in Revelation too, it was like,
yeah.
oh, you like Moss Man? Nope.
oh my God, they killed Moss Man.
They killed Moss Man. Yeah, I don't know why they threw him in there, but we get to see Piss Pants Man at Arms and
Yeah.
Roboto.
Yeah. Yep.
Which we do get to meet Dean, which whatever. She
Yeah.
was in the newspaper comic strips. Nobody cares.
Yep.
I thought Kristen Wiig absolutely crushed it as Roboto. Her walking around in that huge suit and all of the body language that she did and brought that character to life. Kristen Wiig is amazeballs.
I love the fact that she.
I heard it wasn't even a filter on her voice. It was just like
That was,
it was
just
acting.
her. Yeah. She actually took a razor blade and sliced her trachea to get that sound to happen. She's amazing.
Oh, I love the whole I'm not gonna clean stuff up or feed anybody, blah blah blah.
That was
Strong-
awesome.
So
Strong woman shit.
no.
Yep.
It's this robot tried to kill Man at Arms. So what is the most emasculating thing he could do, even though it's a chick voice? Yeah, he's gonna make her clean up his piss and vomit.
Yeah.
That's what she does now.
It was awesome.
Because she tried to kill him.
Yeah.
That's exactly.
And he made her
why.
promise like 3 times.
Yeah, don't kill me.
Kill me. Do not try to assassinate me.
Yeah. I had no problem.
I
with any of
did.
that.
I did
thought
not
that was
make the
funny.
connection to who this was, until the chest plate scene.
Oh,
Then
nice.
I went, "Oh, okay,"
Oh,
because
okay.
it never registered to me that this
Yeah.
was an actual
I
Motu
think
character.
I think that I think that Adam calls her Roboto.
They do,
maybe
but I
once.
did. But in my head,
Yeah,
it didn't.
Yeah.
And I had a
Oh, because of the
Roboto
because of the visual
fucking
being-
Glios
The
in my
Glios
pocket.
that you had with you.
the-
Yeah.
So-
the visual was a different Star Wars-y style robot.
Yep. Yeah, no, they end up talking the cleaning bot into breaking them out. So they break out, and because there's another fight coming up.
Yeah, the fight.
The fight where they find where they've been hiding.
Trapjaw.
And this is where we get
what?
Yeah, we get Trapjaw again. We see Duncan is scared.
Yeah, he's like
Um,
having post-traumatic stress
Yeah,
disorder.
he's hungover. He's been living crappily for a long time. Still don't know why they had him in jail.
I don't know if it was a jail.
They locked him in there.
Yeah,
and had
they
to break
did lock
out
him
of
in.
it.
Yes, 100% locked him in.
So
I
maybe
did-
not a
I
jail,
didn't
but
know
maybe
if it-
like, hey, you guys need to sit here for a minute, but we figure what's
Uncle
going
Drunkle.
on. We get so we get the first transformation scene. Apparently Adam gets naked when he transforms, and his muscles, we see him get bigger.
And this seems to come from
Um,
the revelation kind of did a similar sort of
Yep,
lift
You
him
can
up
see
and like put the harness on and glowing
doing
type
the
of thing.
and
Or revolution.
I thought the naked thing was a little weird.
a little
But-
weird, which is maybe why at the end, maybe that's why he still does the secret identity thing. Maybe he doesn't want everybody to see his penis.
Nice pull.
Just a thought.
That's
Just a
interesting.
thought. That was a technical name, by the way. We can say that.
I don't know. I'm just wrapping my head around. It's got to be my fucking E-Man's got to be thighs out, skies out. Yeah, I don't want naked E-Man.
Yeah, but only thighs. We don't want.
Thighs?
We don't want.
What I
We
what I
don't
was
want heat
surprised
on.
is when he went back to Adam, he had Adam clothes on again.
Yeah, well, he got
Like,
that
were
question-
they?
He got that question.
Does he
answered for
tuck him in the fucking loincloth?
They go in the sword.
Oh, okay.
like the flash
Maybe.
ring.
So yeah, we get this big fight with him and Trapjaw. This is fun. We get to see Trapjaw in action again. So good. Adam ends up, which is funny. Before he turns it, he tries to talk him down, which is so we're seeing Adam would rather have conflict resolution with voice rather than action. But sometimes you gotta take action. But
Which I think does
trying to knock down
is that-
Trapjaw and he can't.
Is that pretty
Just-
on par with Adam's personality?
you know
As
what?
far as like
In this
conflict
movie,
resolution?
it sure is.
Okay.
Absolutely, in this
I
movie,
think
it
that's-
is.
Because I can't
Close
remember
enough.
too much.
That's close enough to. I mean, He-Man would.
Yeah, he'd rather. He doesn't want to fight.
I mean, you got to
but he's
remember
got the muscles to do
you
it.
got to remember he couldn't.
This-
The 80s cartoon, they wouldn't let him use
That
his
is
sword,
true,
so
too.
he always had to try to find a.
This
go
guy
around
is that
that.
guy on the screen right now?
He's been on the screen for about 8 minutes.
Battle Cat.
I'm super happy that they didn't promote Battle Cat at all for this movie, because that was part of like me looking at all the promotion. I'm like, man, where's Battle Cat? Where's Battle Cat? And obviously there's a toy and everything. If they would have promoted the shoot out of Battle Cat and then him only be in the movie as much as he was, like that tag scene, I would have probably been mad. Like if I would have seen this poster everywhere for the past
You would have gone full Steve.
3 months, I would have gone full Steve. I don't know about full
And what
Steve,
I'm seeing with this movie
Isn't Cringer bipedal though? In the cartoon,
What does that mean?
Doesn't he walk on 2 feet?
No.
Not at all.
So we get old buff He-Man. He looks pretty damn good, man. This guy is cute. He is very He-Man for me. I love him.
Now these scenes here, I was just having a ball.
Yeah. The big chase scene, they steal, the I don't know what vehicle it was, but one of the vehicles, a fright fighter or something, whatever it was.
And well, the He-Man thing, like I was saying before, the visuals of it, like just being like
showing like how
him looking over his shoulder at Tila with his sword like this and his bicep and his smirk and his hair, like that was the first time in the movie I was like, oh, that's literally like
that's
exact.
He's a
that's
big
exact.
He's like,
Did
Did
hey,
they
it's really
steal
cool.
that ship? Because isn't that the ship that had the case with Man-at-Arms?
No, that was her ship. They were going back down to it. That's where
Oh,
they
it was
landed.
her. Okay,
That's-
you're
that's
right.
what they
Later
land-
on, they
that's what
take
they
a different
landed
ship.
in.
My bad. I
Yeah.
get confused.
The other ship they landed
when they
in
get
was
captured again, and then okay.
All right, we're already captured.
Yes. So this is when we get a nice chase scene. We get like the Rotons going through the sky. We get they're all going after He-Man, and he gets on this jet sled, and
Which doesn't really look like any of
it
the
doesn't
jet
look like
sleds.
it, but that's what they call it, and it does.
So
what the jet sled does.
I mean that whole scene was a fucking like complete Star Wars ripoff, right? Speeder bikes, stormtroopers. Shit. I mean, it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Okay, I
very.
suppose.
It was very He-Man
I mean,
as well.
and that's not a. I mean, that's not negative. I'm not like that's not a complaint. But I mean,
it was very. We're gonna hit the flying scene.
Yeah.
I do wish that we just saw like Eternian styling with animal heads on vehicles and stuff.
Like a little bit more of that.
Yeah, that was a little.
There was none of that.
No, but like the Roton vehicle, I thought was awesome.
looked
Update,
like
an
the
awesome
Roton.
update. Like you knew, like
You
show
knew
me
what
the
it was.
vintage toys. Which one was this from the movie? You're like, oh, well, it's this one with the spinning red thing. Like, but yes, the speeder. It just ended up just being like
Just a lot of the
sky
stuff.
sled. Like they could have done it to look more.
They always, the toys always had an organic mixed with techno
Yeah. Yep.
look, and I really think that that's a cool look for He-Man. I just wish I'd have seen.
But
it.
even the ship they're flying, isn't that the
It almost looked like Point Dread.
like Point Dread? That's what I thought that it was, or was it one from 2000X? Like I thought that one was a specific vehicle that we've had before too.
Oh, you were thinking. Oh, yeah. At one point they take one. It looks like almost like Starship Eternia.
Yes, that one
so-
too.
Do we
as
never
well.
see a Wind Raider? Do
No.
we?
No,
Next movie.
no.
That's
Next movie, he says. Right, we'll see. So this is where we get He-Man catching the Roton, and he's spinning, he throws it. Like, this is He-Man being He-Man. I thought the red trees and all that stuff, like that is just beautiful shit. That's when they crash. He-Man doesn't really get hurt. And then him and Duncan kind of have a moment, and Tila kind of goes off on
Dangerous
Duncan.
Dusty Lee says Talon Fighter.
Talent.
Could have been, yeah. We get Man-at-Arms kind of,
Iconic Zor on the sword.
Yep,
like,
Zor
which
on
was
the
very
sword
cool,
moment.
cool looking.
Tila gets near Adam's loincloth. We get a nice little jokey.
I was like, dang. Wow.
Steve's okay with this part.
And as soon as I saw that whole scene, I was like, from the fright zone to the friend zone.
Yeah, right. They're getting close. And she's we're friends. We're friends.
I was actually super happy they went that route to like start it off because like it's just like let's not go down that path.
Not
of
yet.
having,
Yeah, we don't need that yet.
whatever. We know it's coming, but like I thought that was cool that like early on they're like, hey, brother, sister, we're just like getting to know each other again. Like take it easy. And,
Well,
like,
I
of
kind
course-
of got it as she was afraid to kind of give any Indie under because she might just lose control. Because when he lifted up the ship, she looked like she needed to sit on a sponge.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I saw everybody complaining because he's lifting it up with one arm. It's like, it is rather heavy. And they're like, well, lift it with two arms. No, he's doing that on purpose. He's like, look how strong I am, hot chick that's by my loincloth, you know?
everybody knows back in the day, I know you knew a kid that would help move the chair. What was it? The quintessential can you help clean up these chairs in school or church?
And I would take 8 of them on each side.
Yeah, and you
And I'd
man,
roll my
this really
sleeves
is
up
heavy. Ugh.
I'd be like, this is the kind of genetics I got in my balls.
Oh, this is
girl.
the Roboto reveal.
Yeah, that's near the end of the movie. where
See,
they get
I
the-
actually thought that because I think 2000X and a couple of the other ones, they had that plate you could cover this with. I thought that this reveal was going to happen like in the movie, like she was going to lose her like armor plate. And
Well, she did because she was just ahead for a little while.
that is very
that's
very
true.
true.
That's fair.
Very true. So we get Duncan dressing up again, back in his suit. He's going to give up on the drinking. Tila kind of made him feel shitty about it, and him and Adam have a moment. But Adam's like, I have the power of a god. I'm going to kill Skeletor. Like, that's how this is ending. Because he did the 87 movie thing where he appeared in the sky, and he's like, after, because Fisto was like, no, bro, Adam's back. That's who the guy is. And then, he does the sky thing, and he's like, I've got your mommy and daddy. And it's like, bring me the sword, and you can have him back. So he's like, well, I'm going to go there.
Great
And I'm gonna kill
CGI
him.
work with the Skeletor cloud.
Yep. So he's going to go there to kill him. Tila's like, really? And then Duncan's like, hell yeah. And she's like, all right, well, backing him up. This is what he's going to do. And this is
all
where we
those
kinda-
scenes with his flask, though, did you notice he never actually took a sip?
No, he never did.
He never did.
You think intentional? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was him becoming the old man at arms again.
Yep. Getting over. I
I
mean,
just wish he would have fucking
over.
hit He-Man in the face with a stick.
Yeah, right. He cracked that kid.
He
dude.
did do right in the fucking head.
So yeah, this is where we kind of see where Adam is a little. He doesn't quite get it yet because he's a little reckless. He's like, I'm just going to go there and I'm going to kill. Like
when he's walking up, that's when he's like, stay behind me. And they're like, we don't
Yeah.
know what's in there. He's like, I'm going to be in there. Like you
Yep.
can see that he's like, oh, like now
He's overly
I'm
confident.
testing a little bit of this. Like, what does this
Yes.
feel to be like He-Man? And that's where we get the most non-He-Man scene we've ever seen as far as like him power set wise, weapon wise. Like
he does walk up and say, I am Adam, Prince of Eternia.
yeah, he does.
which is
thing,
great.
Defender of the secret.
But yeah, and Goatman's like, give me the sword. And he's like, nah, bitch, I want Skeletor. He's like, all right, go ahead.
yeah.
And when he sees Skeletor, he's talking to King Ray, or he's got, guess what? I got your dad right here. And he's like, oh, bitch. And he goes, and I cheat. And that's when he brings in,
And the music behind this, like,
oh my
that
God,
scene
right
there-
when that music kicks in,
Bonerific.
yeah.
Yes.
Right there. That was one of some of the most fun.
And this fight might even be better than the Skeletor fight at the end. Like,
I think it might be.
it's back and forth for me, but it's just so much fun.
I did not expect this fight scene. Like
No,
I
but-
didn't think we were gonna get something this cool as far as fight scene went. I thought we'd get like some
The-
flashes of stuff. But
Yeah, the dog pile of all the Skell Knights on top of him and him just knocking them all
You know,
off.
about a second before it happened, I thought it would be cool if they did the old classic. All the guys go flying,
Yeah, and sure
boom, there
enough-
it was. I was like, oh yeah.
Is that the scene where Skeleton called him a boob? Because I loved that line.
Probably, yeah. Because
I thought that was super fun that they did that.
they actually pulled the boob.
Yeah.
You boob. We get fun stuff like Spike or getting a Skell Knight like thrown on him, and like he's
Stuck to
every
his
time
back.
every time he punches, he spins around, the guy's screaming, ah! And he spins around again and just keeps hitting him. Stabs Karg into the ceiling. Spike Or's stuck in the wall or in
dude,
the ceiling.
him pinning Karg to the wall with his sword
Yeah.
and like leaving him there was really cool.
The emblazoned Nike shirt now makes more sense.
Yes.
Now that I know that the directors,
So this is a super fun fight.
I'm sure
and-
Jared Leto made that decision.
he did definitely. At the end there, of course, Evelyn freezes He-Man, and he's like, "Bitch, I got the power." Well, the problem with that is like he's so ready to like kill and get rid of these people.
Okay.
By the way, Goatman freaking rips off his horn, sticks it in his neck, and just uppercuts him into the lava. Like, peace. Okay, you're just gonna kill people. That's where you're at.
Well, we don't know technically.
Technically,
but
he could come
yes.
back. They could all come back. But then when he does that, when he shoots that power off that Evelyn so wonderfully put on him.
Okay, Evelyn, we get it.
We get it.
He's
Yeah,
frozen.
don't steal the spotlight. It fucks up Snake Mountain, and it collapses and kills his dad. So the problem with power, right? Kind of an emotional moment there, and supposedly
That
anyway.
Skeletor gives them for, I guess, I don't know why he didn't attack him while he was talking to his dad.
He probably
Skeletor
wanted
just
him to-
waited patiently.
Well, because he's sick, man. He's like, look at this. His dad's dying. This is funny.
It was way too long.
Yeah, it was
It
pretty
was
long.
long.
It was real long.
It's like Skeletor's probably getting bored.
Right. Right.
But he's just Skeletor has got enough humanity in his heart that he wants to give him his moment.
And then he knocks him out. He knocks out He-Man. And that's when he's jailed again. So
The sound of a havoc staff to the back of the head. Ooh.
yeah, pretty rough. This is where we get to see Cringer again. We get to see he gets to see his mom again. And then one of the best scenes.
Did you type an entire play-by-play of this movie into your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is what he does.
That's how I do it. We're probably gonna have to do it again since POTU listeners stopped listening a long time ago.
They said, yeah, do
Well,
it.
because they're trying to figure out what these visuals are that have nothing to do with what we're talking about. So
pretty much. Those are spoilers for the end of the movie. Where are we at? Oh, so this is when we get that cool scene where Skeletor tries to get the power, which I thought he was gonna get because they did it in Revolution and all this stuff, or Revelation, whatever it
Even
was.
King Grayskull, King Gray, even 90 or 87 movie, like he's gotten the power multiple times. So I was glad they didn't go that route. Like,
Yeah, I loved it.
we've seen that route.
Yeah.
Him, yeah, just
Some random
So-
person in the crowd at one of the viewings was just like, he's impotent. Like,
Yeah.
like said it out loud. Like Skeletor couldn't get it up. It was pretty funny.
So since it doesn't work, that's when he gets pissed off, and Evelyn's like, he's gonna mess her up. She's like, no, we can go to Grayskull, we're gonna be cool, like I got a ritual we can perform. He's like, bet, let's go. So they hop in the Collector, that's totally the Collector, and head over to Grayskull. That's also when we see He-Man or Adam get all of the people in the jail and sort of like, hey man, you guys don't remember me, but this is like, we're going to do this thing. And this is when he HRs them all. But you get to see where his heart is, and he's starting to understand, he made mistakes, and like, we need to all rally together. It can't just be me going forward and being an idiot just because I have muscles. He's like, you got to use your brain too. A real man uses his brain.
He's like, Ram Man, you ram and you're a man, and Ram Man's like, hell yeah.
Hell
He's like-
yeah.
He's like, and you threw me in locker. She's like, hell yeah, I did.
And I like that. I knew the fisting jokes were coming. Like,
Yeah.
we knew those were coming.
the
But
the head joke was epic.
that was pretty good too. But I love how Fisto just like accepts it at some point. He's like, yeah,
Well, because I think it's innocent. It doesn't mean what it means.
it does.
Fisto-
Correct. To us,
fisting
it
doesn't
means
have-
Right.
Right.
And that's why us laughing at the screen or chuckling isn't what's being said.
It's been 15 years on Eternia. They know what that means now.
Well,
That doesn't make any sense.
what?
What? They on Eternia, they know it's been 15 years since they were little. They knew what fisting meant.
That's
Okay.
not a thing in Eternia.
Is it? No.
I
It's
don't
not,
know.
because when he said, like, you fist him,
Yeah.
and he's like,
But give them head is a thing.
no,
on
that is,
Eternia.
yeah, now that was a
Because when
little-
he said that to Ram Man was like,
I think that if Adam on Earth in 15 years he figured out that he shouldn't have been saying that stuff on dates, in Eternia they
oh,
figured out
that's
what
what you're
fisting
saying.
was.
That's what you're saying. You're not saying
okay.
on
You know what I
Eternia,
mean?
you're saying
He
He-Man
should
on
have, but he
Earth.
didn't because he's
Right.
a numbskull.
Right. I get where you're coming from.
And so the heroes actually break free from the prison because Adam rallies them up. Roboto does the thing, promises not to kill Man-at-Arms. They all push down the wall. Now this is when we get the big smoky moment, right? They're
Yeah.
coming out of the jail, and they're all getting like, it's epic, boom, boom, and then they start choking on the dust and all that. This would have been a perfect moment for Stinkor, because
Yeah.
it's getting cloudy. They're all like
Actually, that's-
getting that way. it would have been awesome if when they broke out, like Stinkor was just there, like stinking
or
the
if
place
he's one of
up.
the guards that like
Yeah,
he, like,
just
didn't-
something.
they didn't let him out in the open because
Right.
yeah,
And they're
And
like,
I-
what the hell? Maybe
That's
they
what
just
I thought was happening.
right. Maybe they just punch him in the neck and he
That
gets
was
knocked out.
that was just a comedic nod to all of the action movies where everybody walks through that stuff. unscathed.
and very true.
Yeah.
But it was like
because that song, my friend said like that song's from is it not? It's Flash Gordon or something or Highlander.
yeah,
like-
it's from Highlander, which is funny because it's the second time they've kind of referenced Highlander when they called him that in the cop car. But yeah, the Queen, the song is Princes of the Universe.
Yeah.
So
So I thought that whole thing didn't hit well with me because for one, they're all pushing against the gate. Roboto, she's back there blasting the rock to weaken it, which would all be falling on those
on top of
people's
them,
heads.
yeah.
But then there's no dust as they walk out cool, but then they walk into the dust. They should be through the dust by now, and none of that makes sense. That's why I thought it was Spike or bad scene, bad direction.
You
bad
mean
staging.
Stinkor?
Stinkor, yes,
Yep.
I do mean Stinkor.
Like knock off Melissa McCarthy, police officer in the beginning. That's like mixed little like I
right.
can't make a joke, but dang it.
Yep. So right there. I think that was like, oh damn it. They totally could have just had a fart joke in there and it would have totally worked. But so anyway, they steal the ship. This is the one that kind of looks like the Starship Eternia. They're gonna head to Grayskull so they can get that sword before Skeletor does what he's gonna do with it. And we get another big fight with like Duncan and Roboto covering Adam. This is when we get to see Cringer be called a pussy by Tila. And he says, no, you're not a pussy cat, you're a battle cat. And he's like, oh no, we're not gonna do that. And he's like, oh yeah. Hops on his back and he gets, and goes off and does the thing. And they make it into the castle.
Disappointing. I think that at least the three of us would probably all have the opinion on this. Why not a Cringer transformation?
This right here would have been the moment to do it if you were going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Does
that's
Cringer automatically become Battle Cat when He-Man
No,
becomes
if
He-Man?
Cringer's
turns the
around,
power,
he points the sword
at
at
him, gives him a little
Cringer
bit.
and turns
Oh,
him into
okay.
Battle Cat.
Gives
So
him
it's
a
not
little juice.
automatic. So
Right.
He-Man
So-
can be He-Man and Cringer together.
It's they're
Yes.
two completely different personalities. Cringer's scared of everything. As soon as he turns into Battle Cat, he's fearless.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't know if he automatically became Battle Cat every time Adam became
You know,
He-Man.
sometimes
or
he's
if it
not even
was-
around.
Okay.
It's just, but and then this poses a problem, a logistical problem later if he's just Battle Cat because he decided to be tough now. Because now when Adam runs off to transform, then does he have to go get Cringer's armor and saddle him up?
no,
I
I
mean-
think when he transforms, he probably changes him
No,
into it.
his armor is inside the sword with his street clothes.
There you go. See, there's
Well,
the
they
logic.
need to
They should have shown it. Is what I
If we
totally
get-
agree.
because I mean, if He-Man's in a hurry, but now he's got to go to the stable and get his,
Yeah, and put the
it
armor on
and
him.
put
Yeah,
the belly strap in, kick
Yeah.
him so he tightens it up.
I
know how this
think
works.
it's absolutely wonderful how
How did we get here?
no, I think it's absolutely wonderful how like I don't know how to do the jump roping, like the gymnastics of like what do we accept as because Tila can jump
Why-
15 feet,
Why did
but
we
we're
get
not
to see-
questioning Mech and Neck having a 75-foot long neck
Yeah, the
somewhere
leverage, he would be- it would be
somewhere
hard to
inside of
stand up.
his body. But like I
I'm
can't follow
standing
which
here,
stuff I'm
but
allowed
my
to
head's
like
way over
be
there.
okay with and
The
which stuff
leverage
I'm
is
not
taking
allowed to be
over.
okay with.
I'd have to have extremely big feet.
What this movie was missing was an iconic scene where He-Man was struggling with his injured hand to try and get Battle Cat's saddle on him. That's what this movie
That's
was
why if
missing.
they did the transformation, none of this would be a problem.
This would have been the moment that like you're not a little pussycat. Like here, I'm gonna give.
I'm
you
gonna
some
go
of my
pee again.
juice.
Let's get that money for Claire, y'all. Super chat it up.
So, yeah.
so
Did you notice it? I don't know if it was 100% filmation accurate, but like that side view, completely horizontal of them two riding on Cringer.
oh yeah,
It looked very film like we're doing this exactly
Yeah.
like filmation.
yeah.
Like as far as like the just the repetition of cells. Like,
Yeah,
like
yep.
it just looked like
But
that. to
I'm
me.
just saying, if I'm a He-Man, I'm putting Tila in front of me. So I can
Very true. But you know, she's got to hold on to something when she's riding on the back.
hold on to Cringer's hair.
Yeah, Cringer's hair. This is also where we get our fight between we get redemption for Man at Arms, excuse me. So Robato's blowing all the crap up, shooting the missile, knocks down the remainder of the towers or the statues, knocks all those Skell Knights out. We get Trapjaw coming up, and this is when Man at Arms is like, you know what? Blows up Roboto, except for her head. And Man at Arms is finally like, you know, I'm still got a hangover, but we're gonna do this. And that's when he shoots up into the air, gets in there, beats the crap out of Trapjaw, pulls his jaw. I mean, Trapjaw is like, poor guy, got his arm ripped off just like earlier in the day. Now he's getting his jaw ripped down, shoves a grenade in there and just kicks him off the edge. I'd like to say that this is the origin of maybe how Trapjaw gets a larger jaw in the sequel. Maybe they can use it for crunching stuff.
Nice.
Or he's dead. But either way, this is when we get our final battle between He-Man and Skeletor. We got Teela versus Evil Lyn for a minute here.
You jumped over, like, we get a little mini Skell Knight versus the good guys. Ram Man jumps off the ship first.
Oh, that's true.
You know, and all that stuff. So, like, did you guys see, like, they had like a quick second, like, we only have enough CGI funds to do this one hoverbot? Did you guys see?
I didn't see a hoverbot.
Fisto punch through a hoverbot.
Yeah, and I've seen that only in like little clips.
It's it's like in that scene where they cut and Fisto punches through a hoverbot. I'm like, what? It's just super random. But if you see it next time, check it out.
Was there any Horde Troopers in this movie?
No.
No.
Those probably would show up with She-Ra.
Yep, probably.
Because those are where there was no Horde in this movie.
Yep. Skell Knights were basically made up for this movie. They've used like versions of like skeletons and random stuff before.
Skeletrons.
I love that, because when you add the Foot Clan or the Putty from the Power Rangers, you just have the endless
you could just
villain to just
kick
make
the crap
cool
out of them,
fight scenes with.
So we get this scene with Adam versus Skeletor, and Cringer versus Beast Man, and Evil Lyn and Teela, and Adam holds up the sword, and Skeletor blows it up with his magic, and then proceeds to grab Adam's head and kind of torment him, get inside his brain and see what makes him tick. Like, what is Adam all about? And that's when we get like, hey, where have you been and what you've been up to type of situation. So we get these fun little Skeletor variants, which we get, him in the gym and him on the date and him in the corporate, kind of looking like the boss from Office Space. He's like, what is this? And he's like, this is HR. He's like, what the hell?
Human resources.
Yeah, human resources. It's just silly. Like, he's like, what is that? Like, he's just curious. But he's in there just making fun of him. Yeah, I didn't get the one where he's in the suit, but these are great. And as a matter of fact, there was a picture of Skeletor in a suit at a recent toy show.
Yeah, and I think it's that.
I
think it's
that. Like, yeah, they're good. They may be doing variants of this. So yeah, I love this. I think this is fun. He's even got his like face on the little card on him, and just super fun. Skeletor is just amazing in this. And then he stabs Adam in the chest, which we have seen before.
Yep.
In Revelation. And we get this moment where he's basically dying. And he's in his head, and we got his roommate Hussein puts a drawing on his chest, and it's the sorceress. And this is the sorceress talking to him in his head, and basically, dude, the power was always in you, man.
Super convenient for you to die, before once.
Like the sword's like, it's gonna protect some stuff, but I'm gonna tell you that power's inside you. I'm kind of confused on this whole thing, so I'm trying to figure out exactly what this is. Me going like, so is the power
you
in the sword?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I thought Revelation, like this seems to be drawn from like that, because like that, like when it was proven that the sword is just the conduit.
But if that was the case, then Skeletor would have been able to use it
if he was worthy, I would think.
Yeah, this is just a straight fucking Mjolnir ripoff.
I think there's an angle, or it was called down, and like he has the power in him, like it went into him.
At this moment, we've seen he's got the most power he's had in the whole movie.
Yeah,
and he changes into He-Man, and the sword gets fixed. He turns into He-Man, does his thing, and then he sheaths the sword. He's like, listen, man, bro,
because
we don't have to fight. I'm gonna whoop your ass. We don't have to. You
which
can
is the
change your
most
ways.
filmation moment
Super filmation
of
moment.
this thing. Whereas like at the end of the episode, he's like, Skeletor, stop being a dick. Let's just be a good kid. And then Skeletor turns.
Yeah. He's like, nah, I'm evil. He's and it feels good. It's just that whole I'm the villain, you know. And then we get one of the most epic smackdowns that I've seen, and you felt every single punch that He-Man was giving Skeletor in this moment. Just knocking his jaw and just fuck. Oh, it was. I was like holding my breath through every freaking hit.
It was a great scene. I'm so glad that they made He-Man violent.
Well, and see, that's the thing. It's like Man at Arms was telling him earlier, like, you know, being a manly man, you know, you can have feelings too. You don't, but it's not about attacking. It's more about protecting. You got to protect the people that you love. But sometimes you got to kill motherfuckers. You know, sometimes there's just no way around it. You know, he tried to you know, go the non-violent route, but so He-Man learned something in this, but Skeletor did not, and he proceeds to get fucked up. So then I guess we're back to Eternia, right? 6 months later.
6 months later.
6 months.
6 months later.
Teela's
They're still talking about things that just happened in the movie 2 minutes ago. 6 months later, but I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steven.
Teela's rocking a hot little skirt.
Yep, more cartoon toy cartoon accurate. She's got her tiara on with her hair up. She's got her thighs out.
Yeah, I mean,
Adam's got a more regal looking Prince outfit with the vest and the white shirt and all that stuff. We have a moment where all the heroic, you know, masters are sitting there and they got their arms on their hips and they're doing the laugh like in Filmation. Thought that was pretty fun. I'm not sure that his buddy was happy to be there. You know, sometimes you get that random villager like at the end of like an episode, like today's episode, you know, John realized that this and that and that. Well, here's Hussein standing there going like, yeah, I'm glad that you like chose me to show me this is all real, but what's he gonna do? Go back home and be like, yeah, Adam was telling the truth. Like, nah, that's not happening. But we do get the secret, you know, he wants to go off. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Roboto who shows the gears and says, you know, they got a distress signal and it's an Avion. So we know that they're, you know, that's a Stratos reference.
Yep.
And then off Adam and Cringer doesn't really want to go, but they go off and do the thing, and then we see
they go off to put on his harness.
Yep.
To get him all.
They go to his bedroom to go get his harness and put it on him,
and they run off.
And
So,
there you go. Boom.
That's it.
Oh well, and then we get 3 after credit scenes. With the first one is the Orko scene, which is you know, people were like, if Orko's not in the movie, I'm not gonna see it. Well, there you go. He's in the movie. He made it.
I got a classic PSA type thing with shot of merman in the background.
Yep, shot a merman in the background, or at least a merman of sorts. Behind, over his left shoulder, be on the right side. So that was fun. Then we get the epic scene, which is showing a sword with the little fluttery, like the spinny sparkles, and they go, Force Captain Adora, and she goes, not anymore. So she had just turned into She-Ra for the first time right there. Don't know what happened. There's because Queen Marlena said something about, like, you know, there's another one out there. So who knows what happened in her story in this version of Masters of the Universe. But so that's a pretty big moment. People are pretty cheesed on the old She-Ra. Did I have a picture of She-Ra in there, Pete?
I have no idea.
I'm sorry that you tuned out. There's the merman shot, and then there's She-Ra. This one's a little enhanced, but
Looks like she's wearing like nylons, like
Yeah.
high,
interesting choice with the sword. It looks like a mix of Filmation and like the toy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Fright Zone is just like the cartoon.
That's Fright Zone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty badass. This is just some model. They're like, I guess Travis Knight has an idea of who he wants She-Ra to be at some point in the future, but this is not her. But it's good enough representation. And then we get a third scene, and it's basically Evil Lynn picking up Skeletor's head.
She wants some more abuse.
She wants some more abuse. He laughs, and that's the end of the movie. And hopefully we get a sequel, but I don't know. I know that MOTU fans are going several times in a row, but I don't know if like normies are out there going. I mean, we got Pete, but that's just because he's friends with us. So,
Pete, who was your favorite character in the movie?
I think my favorite character was Man-at-Arms. I think the coolest representation was Trapjaw. But I think that my favorite character was Man-at-Arms.
that is very Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Who wasn't in the movie that pissed you off, Steven?
Who wasn't in the movie?
Who were you like? How did they not give us?
Many faces.
There was a moment, a drawing,
We
but
saw
that was
him
it.
in Adam's room.
Yep.
But I think Many Faces is a great just a representation of MOTU, what it is. Silly,
And with what they did with all the other characters, when his head spinning and the face changing
That
would
could
have
be
been super cool.
fun.
How
And
about you, Jeremy?
I think that even though I'm not like the biggest fan, I do think that Stratos would have been cool, or probably Merman more than Stratos, because I like Merman. Stratos I don't really care about, but either of those two probably would have been great, considering they're heavy hitters in the MOTU OG line. They did mention Zodak's name, so we'll take that.
Matthew.
Moss Man.
Yeah, and honestly, like thinking about it, like if I was to, because I've got so many good things that I enjoyed about the movie, if I was to say that, yet like Moss, like if they would have had the Moss like go down a sewer thing, and then in that final battle scene, like in the woods right outside of the thing, like he like came back, like that would have been pretty cool. So my choice is not a good one, but that's my choice.
The obvious answer is Snout Spout.
They have concept art of
they
what he
talked
would
about
look
him
like
being in the movie, and
yeah.
instead they put in Moss Man, and well, you see what they did with him. So,
which is in 2000X, Moss Man was a powerful character.
Yeah, they made him godlike.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, he could,
As an outside of the like core MOTU's My Jam world, Pete, did you see why people might like this universe as much as they do?
Oh, I've always understood that. I'm a fucking Turtles fan, for God's sakes.
Yeah, that
I've
is
always
true. That is true.
understood that.
That is true.
I've just never had the attachment. I didn't have that nostalgia factor. I'm just a little bit too young.
just those few years can
Mhm.
make a big difference.
I was super happy with the movie overall. And I watched it like, man, these guys got what they deserved. Like I thought that was really important to me. So
There were many ways they could have taken this movie. They could have gone Lord of the Rings, super serious, and I would have loved it. They could have gone super dark and violent, and I would have loved it. They could have gone, so many different ways. I'm easy to please, though. I'm not a good representation of, the fandom, I don't think, because I'm just like, just give it to me. I don't care. But the way they went, it was surprising, but I liked it. So I enjoyed it. I went twice. I had fun both times, probably had more fun the second time. So I'm able to kind of soak it in more and think about it. And I can't wait to go again.
I loved it. Despite of my complaints, I loved it. I saw it twice. I enjoyed it. Although Adam was more irritating the second time. I was getting like, come on, don't be.
I honestly worried that you weren't going to like the movie because of the message of the movie. And it's funny because when we got out, I go, what'd you think of the message? And you were like, what message? And I just lost it. I'm like, this is so, it's so Steve.
And it's crazy because it's there, but it like you touched on, it's like, it's the same thing. Like, no, the outcome's the same. Like and that's where, again, being able to laugh at stuff doesn't mean you're making fun of it. So for example, like, yes, there should be HR department. We should talk about feeling blah, 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 all this other stuff.
Right.
But did they also lean into like, when the pendulum swings so far, HR department,
exactly,
like, it gets kind of goofy.
That's
like,
why when people were like,
and
oh,
that's
this
what
movie's woke. It's like,
but it's kind of showing that like that stuff can be slightly annoying, but like the pendulum of like, oh, being the hero, like what's acceptable as masculinity. It's like, oh, well, Adam, you think I'm fighting because I want to fight? I don't want to fight. Look at my daughter over there. That's why I fight. Like, and so again, the outcome's the same, but like
fight, you protect.
The perception of like the reality is like you protect.
And that's
Maybe
like
I didn't see the message because it's like, duh. I don't need a fucking movie to tell me that you're not just supposed to go around being an asshole punching people.
But see,
I don't need that. I never have thought that. You know what? But if someone comes at my doorstep and tries to hurt somebody, you might got to pull out old wrestler Steve. You might have to freaking throw him in a fireman and pin him.
And
that's where it goes on, right?
And
I don't need no stupid Hollywood to act like all you people are freaking idiots. So we got to tell you. No, I already knew it. That's why I didn't even see the message. I'm like, duh.
Well, and that's where, you know, I don't even want to bring this up, but when they say the whole like toxic masculinity thing, like that's kind of what they were referring to. Just you can't cry. He's drinking from a straw, gay, like stuff like that. Like, you can cry, you can watch the freaking Notebook, you can have
10 Things
feelings,
I Hate About You,
or 10 Things I Hate About You. That was the other one.
Yeah.
You can do these things, but you can talk about your feelings with each other. You can hug, you can cry, but you can also kick some major ass. You can be a dude and still do all that crap. Right. So, I mean, it was, I guess, if you want to compare it to Barbie at all, because I know they were kind of trying to push like this message or whatever, like, I guess that's where that kind of comes in. Like, you can be that if you want, or you can be like Skeletor.
I think that it was subtle as fuck. As far as like, I get why Steve didn't get that part. They didn't
shove it down your throat.
It
but
wasn't
if you
like
look for it, it's there,
right?
For sure.
And, but again, it's again, people will complain about whatever. Like, that's just kind of the
like. I thought the dude crying watching the Notebook was so we all had somebody to laugh at.
Yeah,
because you're not supposed to cry and be a
and
pansy.
That's it too, is because we all are kind of like that. Like, you're crying at, but yet I cried at freaking Bicentennial Man. Stupid shit, you know. Like, it is funny, but at the same time, it's like, it's okay.
All right.
What did you grade it out of a 10? Out of 10 Power Swords, what do you give the movie?
7.
7.
It was really, it was good, but a lot. I think I do think there was a lot that could have been that wasn't.
Okay, I would probably. Sorry, I'd probably go 7.75. Yeah, because it's not quite an 8. Because there are some things where I'm like, okay, but I think this was a fantastic movie, and I had a damn good time, and I can't wait to watch it a million more times.
I think that it's an easy 9.
Okay.
And that in 15 years, you guys will realize that I'm correct.
I don't think you're wrong.
See,
I honestly, it's an 8 out of 10 all day. It was enjoyable. Every aspect of what you look for in a movie: storyline, acting, character development, soundtrack. It was visually stunning. It made fun of itself, and it had campy and hokey, but it wasn't over the top. It was just enough. They did a great job of bringing a brand new person into just a sci-fi fantasy movie that they could enjoy it. They gave enough nods to the hardcore fans to keep them happy. God, you know what? I'm gonna go 9. Now that I say all those things out loud, it was a 9 out of 10. And realistically, the only reason it didn't get a 10 is because they fucking paid Leto that anybody could have done. Anybody could have been in that suit. Anybody can do that. You know what I mean?
And that's why I give it a 9, is because I'm rating 1 out of 10 the things I didn't like. The things I didn't like, and it's 1 out of 10. And
if they would have given me a struggling to get the leather done up on Battle Cat's saddle in a stable, it would have been a 10. You know what I mean? If they would have given me more Tila skin, it would have been a 10.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they the low-hanging fruit of, there's got to be a romance. They didn't do that. Nope. They started down that path and then took it away from us in a very fun way.
Yeah.
Like, I liked that. Like, it was, hey, there are boxes that you have to check to make a successful movie. Everybody knows that. Like, there is a script, if you will, for success. And a love interest is a big part of that. And doesn't matter if it's fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre or 10 Things I Hate About You. Like, there's romance in all of it, right? I mean, there's movies that I watch on a regular basis where there's this little romantic story. The guy just shows up to fix the dryer and she's stuck in it. I get it. You know, they didn't do that. I thought that, again, the visual representation was great. They gave us the origin without having to beat to death. This is the origin of He-Man and the Power Sword. And so a 9 out of 10 all day, man. It was fun. And I do look forward to seeing it again, to maybe pick up some things that I didn't catch before, or maybe to watch it from the perspective of, hearing what you guys have talked about today.
Yeah.
I look forward to sitting down and breaking this down again, minute by minute, with visuals that don't line up to what we're talking about. That's fucking podcast quality.
Steven, one thing you didn't care for.
The stable scene.
Well,
Laura's already mad at me. Trust me, I think I'm going to change my mind.
Laura's already mad at you.
I think the biggest thing that they
explain.
didn't. Okay, I'll put it this way, and I've already said it. I think the biggest thing they didn't give us that they should have was a Battle Cat transformation.
Oh, okay.
100% fair. 100% fair, because again, the epicness, the angle of that we're going on, that the scene with him, I'll just continue piggyback, is that the scene with him against Beastman, visually, like, you're doing the CGI with both characters, like, you could have just did that with Battle Cat. Like, I will agree with you there.
They didn't have the money because they paid Leto.
So,
Jeremy, one thing that you
I do want to go. I think 7.75 is way too low. Now, because when I compare it to like other movies that I really love, Ninja Turtles, the first Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, stuff like that, like, this is the first time I've ever been on my way to see a movie where I could feel the nerves in my teeth because I was so excited about this thing. It's all I could talk about. I've been watching every review.
I drank 3 Long Islands before I viewed it, and I had that same feeling.
I think the reason why I didn't want to overshoot is just because, like, I wish there was more to it, but you're probably right. It's probably more like a freaking 9. But what was the question?
The one thing that you were like, hey, I could have done without this.
I probably could have done without most of the Earth stuff.
Yeah, it really didn't.
It didn't do much.
Take it out, and it's still the same movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I think maybe the scene where they crash landed too maybe took a little longer than it should. Like, there could have been some pacing things.
Is it fish out of water? I
don't mind the fish out of water thing. I don't mind that at all.
But just the length of that Earth time.
Yeah,
I think that I was happy that they only did that much.
Stuff. They could have tightened that up a little bit, but I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
If they could have spent more time, it should have been, maybe more time him getting used to the power.
I think they still should have hidden Adam, but hide him on Eternia.
They could have gone that route.
You don't have to really give us much, and then just jump forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
15 years.
Could have done that for sure.
Make the sword lost. Make the.
He's been trying to find it for 15 years, but on Eternia is what
yes.
you think. Okay.
This is crazy.
Interesting.
So I brought Laura, right? And both me and the kid were like, she's going to hate this. Like, she'll probably like some of the scenery and the costumes, but she just said, what? 7.75. I can give it a strong 9. It was visually great. The sets, the costumes, and all the cute butt shots.
Dude, him getting
And she says Leto was great.
Prince Adam getting off the ground when he's thrown by Trap Jaw.
when
They
he
show
was-
his ass. I'm like, that's
Leto was
America's-
great at following good people's directions. I will absolutely give you that.
I will say that there was a scene, Adam's laying on the ground, and we totally see those humps, his lovely lady lumps. And I leaned over to the kid and I'm like, dang. She's like, he's a cutie patootie.
They in recent movies we've seen, they lean so heavy CGI, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, all this other
Right.
stuff, Love and Thunder, that like you could tell that they intentionally did as much costuming as possible and as much set stuff as possible to keep the CGI being like, okay, this is background scene stuff, where I didn't, although I know that the tree scenes are CGI, like I know what CGI is, but I didn't feel engulfed in it with like when Love and Thunder was hit or Quantumania, I'm like, this entire, that only that one, it felt like a TV show where you're like watching like Doctor Who or whatever freaking TV show where you're like, there's two people right now and nothing is real.
They're in an empty warehouse.
in this scene. And like, I think that they visually like tried their best to keep away from that. That's why with like the practicality of a goat man and a Spike Ore, where they're like, okay, these are semi kind of, we could throw away characters, but they're not. If we do CGI with Whiplash or like some of these other bigger hitters that we need, like I think that they were intentional.
They spent that CGI in some good spot. They mainly put it in Skeletor's face.
Skeletor's face, Beastman, and Cringer.
And
basically,
they obviously couldn't have Beastman in every single scene, and there were some moments where it was, you could tell it was a little bit, a little hokey, but like,
Sure.
you know what?
Yep.
It's still awesome.
Yep.
Cool. I hope we get a sequel. I don't know that we will. The box office so far isn't looking fantastic, but I know that the majority of reviews I've seen from even people online who aren't
like I listen.
MOTU
I don't
fans.
know, you guys
and-
probably aren't.
What's that?
Is anyone familiar with the Critical Drinker?
So I'm not. I am now,
Okay.
and I've heard his review was super positive, and people were like, "This guy shits on everything."
He does. He shits on everything.
So
if it's woke, he'll call it out. If it's this, he will rip it to shreds.
right.
And his review was he liked it. He liked it a lot.
the few things it has going for it is most of the actors are stunt double / like super low level. Like they could hire this mechanic and this brand man, like these guys, like money wise, like, and then that they have going for it, all this stuff's made, like they're going to have a warehouse with all this stuff in it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is like, because it's on Amazon, like that's the one studio that like they kind of all they could do whatever they wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't think that they're tied to, as far as like where Netflix is like, oh, we didn't see the numbers happen, we're immediately squashing this entire property.
Right.
Where I think Amazon has much better chance to like.
They could just do a sequel straight to streaming if
That's
need
what I'm saying.
be.
Like they could like it's
I don't
it's
think
open.
that
It's open.
the numbers need to hit what we think they need to hit. I mean, I know there's a lot of like
well,
merch
Mattel
and
said
stuff.
that. Mattel said that, but I don't know if that's just Mattel promoting the movie and saying
Right.
claiming it's going to be a success regardless, or if that's Mattel being truthful and saying that it doesn't have to have a great box office for us to continue.
Right.
Stop ignoring CB, Matt, for $2 to clear from Curtis Ackerman.
What CB
CB
said?
CB keeps telling Matt to quit turning his back to the camera.
Oh, that's true.
He's pissed off because you're promoting Chris's company on the screen.
I will say though, along those lines, is that how we measure success has been completely different. So for instance, they're making a second Caped Crusader cartoon on Amazon.
Yeah.
Do they make money on this? No, they don't. But they're keeping the property alive. They're
Yeah.
going to sell toys. They're keeping Batman in the ethos, all this other stuff. So it's like the return on investment has to be viewed differently for this stuff than certain things that are like, oh, well, you need to hit X number or else it's not a success. It's like, I don't believe that for one instant with this type of stuff as far as like quote unquote box office, because again, everything's just so jaded in the sense of like 2 days ago, Thursday night of opening weekend,
They're like, it's already a failure.
Screen Rant or Screen Junkie, one of these guys is like, it's tracking to be a flop. I'm like, go after like I'm done with that type of vibe. Like I get it if you want to watch the movie and be like, I don't think it's gonna hit, or I didn't like it. I'm fine with that. That's an actual opinion. But trying to be part of the voice of being like, this is gonna flop because I think Scary Movie's gonna do well. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Like,
And it's funny, like
I'm over that.
I'm not huge on like the Rotten Tomatoes stuff, but you can't ignore it. And when you compare like Masters Universe with like Scary Movies numbers are just, way worse. They're just like people didn't, I don't know. if they
Audience
expected-
didn't
I
like
heard
it.
it killed.
and but
I
looking,
heard it was number one, wasn't it? Scary Movie was
now
not?
they may have sold more tickets. More people may have gone to see it, but the reviews
Oh,
are
oh,
down.
oh, oh,
is
No,
what
but
I'm
but even
saying.
as far as that goes, it's like we're still on Sunday of the opening weekend of
Right,
both of those
right. It
movies.
technically
And we're
opened 2 days
and
ago.
we're talking about it like it happened 3 months ago.
That's
like,
very true.
Well, and I just looked it up. It's estimated at 54 million right now worldwide
Yeah.
in its opening weekend. I'm like, okay. So they spent 170 on it. It's been out for 3 days and they're a third of the way there.
Yeah.
Okay.
right.
They did put a lot of money into promoting it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much they
But
actually
also
need to
the other
make.
side of it too is what are they going to make on the? I mean, okay, so yeah, the movie they're going to make $100 million on fucking popcorn buckets, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I
that-
mean? Like,
the big old popcorn bucket. By the way, this is great for Glyos.
So yeah, I spent $50 on that.
that was $50.
Yeah,
Did it come with
Yes.
popcorn in it at least?
it did.
They came
Popcorn
with
and
a
a
small
pop.
popcorn.
Okay.
Oh well, that's 30 in itself.
Right.
So it's
Actually, it came
I bought-
with 2 pops. Did you get 2 pops with yours?
I did not. No.
I bought 3.
was this empty in the empty?
Yeah.
Oh, they gave you a cup though.
No, I think I bought a cup.
Right.
Oh no, you're right. You are
They
right.
gave you
I
a cup.
upgraded it.
So I
Yeah.
filled this up and the cup. Right?
Okay.
This one,
like fucking M&M.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yep. You can put.
And you can
M&Ms
open
and
the, you
stuff
can
in
open
here.
the door.
Yeah,
to-
you open the. I don't know how this opens.
That's for $50 all day long, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They and this is probably the most like popcorn buckets and tins and all that type of stuff that like.
3 pops in a fucking M&M, 39.
Oh yeah, it's,
like,
it's
fuck,
super
right,
pricey,
dude.
super pricey. But like we haven't seen like we've seen some cool popcorn buckets and stuff. Like the Nosferatu one had a coffin,
Yeah.
and we've had some Star Wars things and whatnot. But like now we're starting to get into like just collectibles,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with it. I wish we would have had the sword at our theater. That's the thing I probably wanted the most. I also wanted the tower or
Yeah.
the throne.
See, I wanted the Skeletor head.
And that you could get in Holland.
Yeah, that's the only. That's the
So
only
if
one
you
we
want to
got in
drive out,
Holland.
I mean, Matt
I
can
can
pick
get
it
it
up
to you
for you.
tonight. I'm going in a few hours.
You're going
Is it?
again?
Yeah.
For?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
want
a
to go
big- it's a
again.
Big head, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not very big. It's kind of small. But that one, it's 30, and then the Mandalorian helmet's 55.
Oh, yeah. I want a
Yeah.
Skeletor head. If you get one for me.
Yeah, I'll get one for you.
Yeah. And you can go online and you can, do payment plans. You can buy stuff from, but
Yeah.
it's better when you can find it in person, of course.
Well, I think Motu Joe has checked off the list of like
that guy,
87 things.
listen, Motu Joe's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. He is the
he's
most
like finding.
insane.
He's like,
Masters collector.
is somebody 3 hours away? I need you to get. I heard
Yeah.
that this one is at your thing.
Yeah,
Like he's hardcore
He's got the
into it.
hookup.
Yeah.
Did we get another super chat from Curtis, or was that
No, that was the one.
Okay.
I don't know. I think the stop ignoring CB thing has more to do with AOA than anything. That's what I think that email's for. Piece of Ashmore.
Oh, okay. Oh, what are you ignoring him?
No, I'm not, but
You jerk.
he would say that. Um,
You would say that.
I think that I find it hard to believe that this movie in closing, I just find it hard to believe that this movie could have been done better. I will mention something that I learned recently, and I want your guys' opinion on it because you guys used to do all the old Marvel reviews.
Mhm.
I've never heard this term as like a script being weeded, but I watched a review last night and the guy was super honest about it. And he's like, hey, there's this quote that Travis Knight said about like what he wants out of this movie. And this reviewer was like, I wish these 4 screenwriters would have gone back to that, like double checked with that quote that Travis Knight has. Which in saying is the Whedonized thing is that what Whedon did originally on TV and it worked its way into all the Marvel stuff was that like you always sandwich a feeling, an emotional moment with humor. And I will say, like, as much as this is a strong 9 out of 10 for me, that like the moment with Tila and Duncan, I didn't need Prince Adam to hug the two of them.
Right.
Like I could have just liked
But see,
that
moment
moment.
Didn't offend me.
No, I don't. It's not. It didn't
seems
offend
like
me. It
just
didn't
an
offend me. I'm
example.
just saying. I'm
Right.
just saying the example of like that's what these movies and emotional moments
I
have
get you.
become in every iteration. Is this like you have a deep moment
And
and
then
you
laugh.
need to quickly like we
I was
can't be
scared
emotional.
about
We need to
that.
quickly like jam a humor into it.
I was
You know,
scared
so I
about
was
that
just
because
curious if you
people
guys
were
noticed that as well.
people were saying that before I even saw it. Like there's this moment that has this, and then they followed up with a joke. So like when King Randor and him were there, and like crying, like it's this moment. I'm like that he's gonna fart or something, just something stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't. So
Yep.
it's not like they did it with everything, which is nice.
Right.
So some people.
No, I don't know. I just didn't know if you guys noticed
Yeah.
a little bit of that.
Somebody put it out in the comments earlier that Randor was played by the prince from A Knight's Tale, and I didn't know that. I knew he looked familiar, but I didn't know why.
James Purefoy or Pure,
No
whatever
idea.
his name
I have
is.
no
Yeah.
idea. But he was the-
Interesting.
yeah.
I didn't really recognize him.
But you also tilt when you should withdraw. But
Oh.
that is Knightly as well. That character's so good in that movie.
What he was telling him is you should, don't OD. There's a time to withdraw.
Is
what he
Skeletor
was-
gay?
What?
Or is he just like this? Is this okay? Let's not. He's not gay. Obviously, he's into Evil Lynn. Or
What kind of?
Is
But,
he sexually open?
is he? Yeah. Is he? Because when he's holding up Adam,
I didn't care. I didn't care.
And he
this
says the
is
thing
me-
about
this
the
is my
sword
old man.
dangling
Yeah, this is
between
my
his
old man.
thighs.
But like there were a few of those moments that like I knew Jeremy was gonna laugh. I knew Pete.
I
was gonna-
laughed,
I knew Pete was
but
gonna laugh.
I was like,
And
why
so
did
I
they
can
say it?
understand. So I put my feelings aside as the old grouchy man, and I'm like, I didn't need the sword between the
didn't either.
thighs joke. Like
I didn't even get it.
There were a few of the.
His
Well, it's
sword
a
is
penis.
in his back. For
I
one
know, but
reason.
it's a penis joke.
Well, I know that's why it doesn't make sense.
I know.
I just don't like it.
I know, but there were a few of those where I'm like, but like what you're saying, him being sexually voicing ambiguous seemed to lean a little bit. I can see where you're coming from. I'll have to let you know when I watch
Yeah,
it
I
today.
mean, I'm not saying, but it's just funny. Like I had to bring up that scene because it was there.
Right.
Yeah.
So is that it?
Is that it? We're gonna show off anything? You want to?
We're almost
Are you
3
good?
hours in, so we probably should put a pin in it.
Put a pin in this one.
Although I do have the best action figure ever made in here to show off. That
That
is
is-
MOTU related.
That is very true. Does this camera work?
No.
Okay.
Should
Well,
I save it?
we could save it.
Damn.
Save it for a POTU.
Yeah.
All right.
Save it for a straight POTU.
No, I'll save it for my wife's gonna.
How many people were watching on POTU?
I think we got a total of 7 at one point. so
Nice.
That's pretty
They
good.
dropped off.
Oh yeah, we did have somebody drop off because we didn't get to the review quick enough, and there are a lot of swear words. So
Oh, did they comment that?
yeah,
Who was
Might
it?
Be watching with kids.
Richard Haynes.
Oh, I'm sorry, Richard Haynes. Got my dick in my Haynes.
All right. So to put a pin in it,
Wrap
good
it up.
movie.
Okay,
Everybody go
I
see
think
it.
they're cool with it though. I think his wife's
Again.
been messaging me. We're cool. Yeah, see it again. We need this thing to
recommend
keep
it.
going.
Yeah, no, but recommend like non-MOTU fan. Like
Yeah.
there's some movies I wouldn't recommend people to go see. I would recommend anyone who hasn't seen a good movie in the theater recently to try this one.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Seriously.
Sorry, POTU, if I upset you, because honestly, I
No.
don't.
They
like
knew
to do
what
that.
most of them knew what they were getting
They
into.
know Peter. So we're wrapping up the crossover review. First time we've ever done 2 at the same time. Well, first time for us, the second time for Jeremy, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey.
So POTU, My Wife's Gonna Kill Me. No Trav. We pulled in Matt. Yeah, go see the movie. It was fun. Enjoyed it. Or if you don't want to go see it, just watch this episode for Jeremy's play-by-play. So honestly, thank you to Jeremy for putting together the show today. Painstakingly remembering each moment. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm the non-MOTU guy.
I am
and,
so glad
you
that
know,
you enjoyed
so-
it, Pete. I really am.
I'm not. I would have loved to have hated it because it would have been so much more fun.
Yeah.
But, I'm sorry to the Leto fan club for me being honest. I didn't realize I was going to trigger you so hard. Just put your headphones on, crank up your 30 Seconds to Mars, put on your old MTV My So-Called Life reruns, and you're going to be just fucking fine. Matt Rodriguez, Jeremy DeWitt, Steve Bishotti, P. McCarthy. Until next time, we'll see you guys in the toy. Whoa, hold on a second.
Whoa.
We're at $81 for Claire. We got to get to double digits. I need 19 more dollars. We're not gonna fucking put $81 in a card.
If only this.
Come on,
toy
super
cam
chat it
worked.
up. Super chat it up. 19 more dollars before we close it out.
I did get this cool tin that does He-Man the Skeletor.
Wait, let me see. What does that look
Isn't
like?
that neat?
Let me
Look,
see.
You can see it on the screen. See what?
I can't see it. Oh, I can
He's
see it. on
digging
screen.
deep.
Come on, super chats.
Super chats.
Need 19 mo.
He-Man.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dude, they dropped the theme. They dropped the great.
There's one.
They
$20 from Paul Schreiber. We did it.
it.
Oh man, no, we're at 101. We just need 99 more. We can't just give her 101.
Now let's get
No.
1,000 for Beanie for her birthday tomorrow. Oh, okay.
$101 for Claire Bear. Thank you guys so much.
Thank
As
you,
always,
everyone.
have yourselves a great rest of your weekend.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
What's this?
This is what